Almost forgot to hit start recording. Almost. Almost. I'm playing this after playing Deltarune. This is gonna be weird. I'll be honest, the only reason I'm playing this right now is because, like, I kind of need to finish it. We're 11 days into November, the 11th of November. It's kind of messed up. So I left off in the middle of a chapter. Where was that? Here? 1450. Really, was there that big of a gap between streams? I guess so. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea what I was doing. It's locked from the inside, it won't open. There's a still line of discoloration along the door leading from the hole down to the pool of blood below. Okay, I'm playing as her. What am I doing? There's no way to check, like, what items you have. Yeah, there's nothing. Okay, I guess I'll walk around? Is it just me, or was there a gap in the floor here before? Maybe the earthquake shifted things around? But you'd expect there to be more gaps after an earthquake, not fewer. There's definitely something really wrong with this place. You think? The corpses and everything didn't give it away? My dog is going mental upstairs. Was I in here before? Yeah, I was. I'm so confused. Mostly because I don't remember what to do. Hold on, I'm smart. I can reference the old stream. Yeah, I'll do that. Hello, me. If I wait here, I die. If I Hello, me again. Okay, so... Save over this. Hello, and me again. Gonna skip through it in my pocket and try to click. 180-degree dog ear barking. It sounds something get quieter. Burn out. Fine to me. It's not. No, I think it just made the earthquake happen. Okay, I'll just search around then. Why is she barking? Calm down, girl. What else has opened up? The exit door is rattling with the rain and wind. Oh wait, I can open it now? Can we get outside? Is that a good idea? Mayu, are you in here? Oh, don't tell me we're playing as Morishige. No luck. Oh, Mayu, where could you be? Another dead body. What the world is going on with this school? You don't know what you're getting yourself into? I hope you like corpses. Mayu mustn't be left by herself in a horrible place like this. I hope she's at least with Miss Yui or Machida. She's got a wall to keep her company. Does that count? I don't want to play as Morishige. I hate him. Oh yes, body cut in half. It's a corpse that only just started to decay. Seems to be a junior high school girl. From the looks of it, she was cut completely in half, using some sort of edged instrument. How awful. Cut someone in two. Spine and all. They take the finest katana. Pull that off. Either that or some sort of machinery. The blood spray is primarily on this side, so I guess she was attacked from the front. What's this? A notebook, partially jutting out from her pocket. It was one of those cat-themed spiral notebooks that's all the rage with teenagers these days. Them dang kids. There must be information in here relevant to escaping this hell. I apologize for the intrusion, miss, but I feel like I must take a look. I have no idea why we've been trapped here. But at least we're all here together. Mr. Goto's presence makes us feel a little more at ease. Without an adult around, I don't think we could handle any of this. Mr. Goto seems even more anxious than we are. He says he'll make sure we all get home safely. But his temperament just keeps getting worse. He's usually so cool. Lately, he's just gotten kind of scary. Hiroko, Arisa, and the others are getting really fed up with him. Mr. Goto is so unfair. He keeps playing favorites with Hiroko. That was the last of her food, too. I'm the one who stopped Hiroko and Norika from fighting. Mr. Goto is dead. No help here, it seems. Are there any other clues to be found? Hey, you! Got any information for me? Who's you? Togging the corpses? I must be losing my mind. Well, no, you're at 0% darkening, so you're fine, actually. I think you're just an asshole. How strange, though. That I can come face to face with the dead now and not bat an eye? Perhaps my sense of fear has gone numb. Up until not long ago, this girl was just like me. Breathing, thinking, living her life. But look at her now. Nothing but a foul-smelling pile of meat. She has such a pretty face. But before long, that face is just going to rot, and not a soul will ever want to look at her again. Nothing of substance. Just trying to find clues to my situation here. You're not reacting to another person? How is this guy still alive? Oh, alright then. I just heard a voice over here and it got me wondering. Taguchi's the name, and as you can see, I'm a cameraman. Though not the artistic kind who's planning on hitting the indie film circuits or anything. I came here to get footage for our special report, but I got separated from my boss along the way. How about you? I got myself lost in this school building, and I'm presently searching for a friend. Feels like I'm about to sneeze. No, it went away. You don't mean that girl on the ground there, do you? No, I've never met her before. Woo, that's good. Well, kinda, I guess. Fucking hair in my face. Stop that. Anyway, may I ask your name? And the name of the friend you're looking for too while I'm at it? I'm Morishige, and the girl I'm looking for is named Mayu Suzumoto. She's short, smiles a lot, and has a generally cheerful countenance, really. That is until her stomach gets ripped open. The cameraman named Taguchi suddenly flipped out the LCD screen on his camcorder and began rewinding through footage. What are you doing? Well, I don't want to sound crass, but I'm checking through the footage I've captured since coming here to see if her name comes up at all. I intend to file a police report when I get back, so I've been gathering information about all the dead kids I found in here. like from their name tags. Bakura! Don't say such stupid things. Mayu is alright. I know she is. Gome! If it makes you feel any better, I don't see anyone named Suzumoto in any of my footage. And may I say, you're really very brave. Well, whether you're looking for a friend or not, you really seem to put your all into searching that body, you know. You're the one taking video of corpses. Well, at least you didn't jack off to a picture of one. Well, being a cameraman is kind of strange, a strange thing that way. As long as I'm looking at them through a finder, it's all just business to me. Ah! But if I try to look at them with my bare eyes, I freeze up. There's a famous story about a battlefield cameraman whose camera broke while he was out on the job, and he literally started crying like a baby. Naruhodo. You're not too interested in any of this, are you? I do have a tendency to run my mouth off sometimes. Naho is always so scolding at me for that. Hey, I know. How about we search for our companions together? What do you say? No, I'm sorry. I appreciate the offer, but I'd prefer to go insane. Prefer to search alone for the time being. I'd hate to get in your way, after all. Like how I'm gonna tag along with some motor mouth like this. Besides, he's my elder, so I'd have to mind my manners, which I'd really rather not do. Okay, well, then, how about we arrange to meet again? There must be high EFMs in here or something, cause nothing can keep time in this damned place. But let's say we try meeting up after an hour, give or take? I mean, we should count ourselves lucky to have run into another living being. And I'm sure an exchange of info must sound good to you too, no? Alright, if that's what you want. Okay. That's settled then. You take care now, you hear? Leave me alone, let me jack off the dead bodies. What a beautiful flower this corpse is. Those are Morishige's words, not mine. Looks like there's something in there. But no, it's too dangerous to climb down. We'll have to keep an eye out for some rope. Good music. Do I at least get to see Morishige die? Look, Mayu's already gone, so he doesn't matter. Oh, that wasn't there before. What's this? There's a note near the body, neatly folded 3 times. The 4 of us killed Mr. Goto. I talked it over with Hiroko, Arisa, and Norika, and we decided there was no other choice. He may be a nice man, but it was only a matter of time before that changed in here. It's hard to trust anyone in a place like this. And now that the deed is done, Hiroko and the others have started second-guessing themselves. Now they're dead too, and I'm all alone. There's nothing to eat, and I'm starving. So I tried eating rats and cockroaches, but that just gave me severe diarrhea. My lips are dried out, and I've lost a lot of weight. Ugh, excuse me. So I've decided to kill myself before the ghost kids or that hammer-wielding man gets me. After all this, I've finally realized. The time I spent with Mr. Goto, Hiroko, and the others were the best of my life. Goodbye, Dad, Mom, and all my friends from class. Please don't ever forget me. I'll be honest, that's probably the best way that you can go. It's a more recently deceased corpse. Clothing and general body mass suggests she was a junior high school student. No, really? The name tag is a bit dirty. Seisho. Junior high. Honoka. Honoka, your sticks! Can I go to the pool? Another one? He's not wearing any sort of uniform per se, but his build suggests he was probably male. Reiki. Is that General Grievous? Hello there! Kiyomasa. What is this song? Alright, I guess I'm going to 4A. I'm not really sure why characters just changed in the middle of the chapter like that. I was kind of enjoying the other characters more, because they're not weird freaks who get off to the idea of having intestines splattered onto the wall. Now he's darkening a little bit. Oh, you know what? Okay, hold on a second. There's apparently a very... I just remembered this. There's a very interesting ending if I completely darken out as him. I don't know what it is, though, and I want to find out. I need something to really raise my darkening up, though. Are you forgetting something? Be careful on your way home. Kite string. Okay. Buldig Super. What does Buldig Super mean? I get that it's the custodian's closet, but what does it mean? Can I go to the second wing? I've got my chair, like, angled back a degree. So my back was fucking shooting pain earlier for some reason. And for some reason this fixed it. I think the reason it keeps happening is because, like, because of the shitty chair I have at work. Ow. A sudden feeling of dread overcame me. I stopped in my tracks and began surveying my surroundings. It's dangerous beyond this point. The covered walkway up ahead shouldn't even be here. Well, now this is a surprise. Am I seeing a human spirit, or is this nothing more than a pure hallucination? Upon that musing, the spirit vanished from sight. The sense I was being watched remained. There's a covered walkway beyond this heavy iron door. A covered walkway that wasn't supposed to be here, evidently. Did I dare challenge it? I mean, yeah. Like, I got into the habit of, crossing my legs and, like, sitting at an angle. Because the chair is so goddamn uncomfortable. And that's transferred back to my home life. Just as my hand touched the knob. I was sent flying backward by some tremendous force. Oh, that darkened me out. For a split second. I swore I saw a figure. But that could have just been my imagination. The pain from the impact, however, was very real. Maybe that was no illusion after all. And ultimately, I was unable to open the door. We'll try again! Oh yeah, this will give me the bad ending very quickly. Let's do it. I've never seen someone fully darken in this game before, so yeah, let's see what happens. Well, there's a lot of shit on the screen. Alright, let's do it, Morishige. Do it for Mayu. Meet her in the afterlife. I have to go. I have to look for Mayu.
行かないと。眉を探しに。
100%. Wake up!
眉。
Mayu, no.
いや、
It's a much younger voice.
もっと遅く。
Who is it?
お兄ちゃん、起きて。
Oh, that's not good. I mean, I did this on purpose, but, you know, it's still not good.
おはよう、お兄ちゃん。
Good morning, mister.
私の
This is my playroom. Would you like the saw or the axe? The young girl thrust her face so close to mine that our noses practically touched. She was smiling from ear to ear. She looked to be in about 1st or 2nd grade, with long black hair and a clean, cute, almost dainty countenance. After my brief impression, however, I quickly turned my head away. She was uncomfortably close, literally breathing down my neck, and her breath smelled of blood, of death and decay, and fatty oils and smoke. Smoke? What is smoke? It smelled of chemicals and antiseptic. It was a very, very unpleasant potpourri.
誰だ。
Who are you?
嬉しくなっちゃう。なんだこれはって聞かないんだね。
You didn't get all indignant and say, "What's going on here?"
みんなまず驚いて泣き出す。
Normally when people wake up here, they get scared and start freaking out. The little girl began backing away from me. Her shoulders still shaking in a soundless chuckle. I knew exactly what she meant. I kicked my wall. Whoops. Did you hear that? It barely picks it up. Me kicking my wall for 10 minutes until my dad tells me to stop. I knew exactly what she meant. It would be entirely reasonable to ask what's going on here. Even at a glance, I could tell this room was not good. The floors and walls were caked in blood as thick as mud. Buckets of body parts were strewn all around the eviscerated corpse, and eviscerated corpses were stacked everywhere. And that was just what I could see at a glance. As for me, I was bound to a chair against one of the walls, not with ropes, but with chains.
私の名前は篠崎幸子。
俺を
What do you plan to do with me?
するつもりだ。
Are you going to kill me?
どうしようかな。
What a question!
これから考える。
I'm just not sure. I'll decide later.
遊ぶから。
I've got something else to play with first. Just as she said the word else, she brought her hand down onto the nearby table in a slapping motion and made contact with someone. It was a girl, bound by her hands and feet, and Sachiko's slap was aimed squarely at her thigh. Her uniform suggested that she was in high school, and she was wearing glasses, giving her a rather stern, serious appearance. That's not Nana, is it? I could hear the sound of chattering teeth and see her chest rising and falling rapidly and erratically, suggesting she was paralyzed with fear.
名前はね、浦部恵美さん。
The drool girl? I'm not a weeb, I swear. At the sound of her own name being read aloud from her student ID name tag, the girl let out a single whimper.
ダメ。お姉ちゃんは今から
No way!
言いたいこと
You're about to be put through incredible pain,
惨めったらしい顔
so make sure you squirm like the wretch you are,
くださいね。
and beg me to spare your life, okay?
そうなんだよね。だって私何も。
I just realized something. I think Twitch changed the tags for me automatically. I didn't put those tags there. It's tagged as adventure game, horror, and visual novel. That wasn't me. Was it? If it was, those were the tags I left on during Delta Woon. Oops.
うるさい。気が散る。
Shut the hell up. You're distracting me. Sachiko swung her hand downward into Emi's face. I realized only after impact that there was a scalpel in it. A sloppy, uncontrolled incision was made from the corner of her mouth all the way to her ear. There should be more blood gurgling.
なんてね。ごめんね、痛かった？
I'm sorry, did that hurt?
本気じゃないから。
I wasn't seriously trying to kill you or anything. So don't let it hurt too much. The real pain is just beginning after all. Sachiko produced a pair of durable sewing scissors from a rollaway shelf nearby and began expertly cutting all the way up Emi's school uniform. Then she set down the scissors and produced a full-sized farming sickle in their place. It looked well worn, with soil and rust sticking liberally to the blade. After brandishing it for a moment, Sachiko positioned it over Emi's abdomen. I can't say if you're awake or dreaming, but you're about to find out. Sachiko slowly shifted her focus from Emi's abdomen to the area just below her ribcage. Emi's body began spasming, her spinal muscles contracting in a decidedly unnatural manner. Gasps and screams mixed with the sounds of vomit and incontinence. What a perfect facial expression! See, I knew you could do it! I like it when I read it and it matches up with, like, the end laugh like that. Without even wiping the drool from her mouth, Sachiko tossed the sickle aside and simply began digging into Emi's wounds with her bare hands. The sound of tiny hands manipulating internal organs was disgustingly similar to that of a sopping wet rag squelching spilled oatmeal off a hardwood floor. I don't know if I know what that sounds like. The noises escaping Emi's mouth didn't even sound like they were coming from a human being anymore. I could see her face in profile now, and despite the gastric juices and vomit and blood and contortions of unbearable agony, it wasn't a disagreeable sight. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with this guy? This girl was not far from death. She was trying her hardest to fight it, but the facts were the facts. She was going to die, and she knew it. Against this fate, she was completely and utterly helpless. She was doomed already, in both body and soul. This hapless struggle had a certain sensual quality to it. What is wrong with you, Morishige? No, it was even purer than that. This was a truly beautiful sight. Sachiko, do you have intestines in your mouth again? Sachiko, who had at this point buried her head into Emi's exposed organs, withdrew and directed this question at me, her mouth still full of flesh. Everything from her nose down was dyed red and dripping with blood. She swallowed whatever she'd bitten out of Emi's insides, then turned to face me. Not just to face me, actually, but stare at me. Stare into me with unwavering, unblinking eyes. I suddenly became aware of my own erratic breathing. It wasn't fear, though, but an almost animalistic reaction. It was a coarse and primal. It was coarse and primal, and I'd unconsciously thrust my chest forward toward Emi. I think I may have been smiling. So how about it? You want to try to play with her too? Don't be ridiculous. It's like she's making fun of me. Shouldn't even have to ask. Wait, what? Okay. I guess becoming Sachiko's minion wouldn't be the worst thing ever, compared to being murdered. There was no art for that. I kinda wish there was. Okay, so don't touch the door. Got it. Where am I going? Let's go upstairs. She didn't even have to ask. Okay, can't go into the infirmary. Oh, that's right, she's in the infirmary. I forgot. Well, she used to be. Her body is.
今
Am I hearing things now? Go in the lab! The door to the science lab is frozen in place. Lab. Do I need to walk past multiple times? No. Try 3A. I don't know, there might be something in there you need. Piece of paper. Return the class logbook. I'm getting angry. Do you want to be killed? Dude, I don't have it. Yet. To prevent accidents, always be aware of your surroundings. Look before you act. Whole line of milk bottles. Each one of them is filled with a muddy, unidentifiable liquid. Drink it. To find out what it is, of course. We've received new furnishings. Please try to keep them clean. Let's take good care of our school environment. Remember to recycle. Please remember. Never forget the times when you feel happy. There's a half-rotted corpse sprawled out on the ground here. I should probably not be reading all of those. Twisted length of wire.
役に立つかわからないが拾っておくべきか
You may never know when you need something like this. You never know when this might come in handy. Yeah, take it.
まあ何かに使えるだろう
At least he's not an idiot. He's just picking shit up that he thinks he might need, which is actually a good idea.
どうやら無事みたいだな
This particular issue seems to be a little more than a... Why does reading make me tired? I'm not even that tired, I'm just yawning. Though this particular issue seems to be a little more than a rough photocopy of an article from the local newspaper. The only thing to distinguish it from the original printing is a single line at the top that says, "May such tragedy never occur within these walls again." It's already been 1 week since the horrific incident at Heavenly Host Elementary. After much discussion between the school officials and members of the PTA, students are being provisionally requested to return home from schools in groups. In addition, PTA volunteers have been asked to take turns keeping watch over all the main roads to and from the school during morning and afternoon commutes. Maybe some water will help. Well, it lubed my throat up. Other elementary schools across Japan have begun adopting similar policies, proving just how much this tragedy speaks to us all. May the 3 victims of this incident rest in peace, and may their departures help us all realize just how vulnerable that we are in this world. If we can learn to better protect our children from harm as a result of this unthinkable crime, then perhaps their deaths will not have been in vain. Nothing in here? Except for the thing I just got. Oh, he yawned again! Stop it! There's a message permanently carved into the blackboard here. But that's red. What did I do to deserve this? God damn it. It's all his fault. He's the one who made me do that ritual. Friends forever. Look where that got us. He's in here somewhere too. And if I see him, I'm gonna kill him. I swear I'll do it. I'll make it seem as if I'm hugging him. Then, like I'm oh so happy to see him again. And then I'll wring his filthy neck until I break his trachea. And then I'll curse him forever. Large hole in floor. Largely decomposed corpse. Adult male. Wearing a jersey and there's a whistle hanging around his neck. Lacerations across his entire body with a particular concentration around his back. There's no way these could have been only by a single assailant. Most likely he was flogged to death by multiple aggressors all at once. That's the teacher. Yeah, that's Goto. Beware the children. You can't reason with them. Don't let your guard down. Fuck. I'm super congested again. Although this time it's probably because I was drinking stuff earlier, and I like coughed, and it went out through the nasal cavity. Which has never happened to me before, and it's fairly painful. And uncomfortable. Because you try to inhale after coughing, because that's what you do after coughing, is you try to inhale for more oxygen, but you're just inhaling water. So you try to force yourself to inhale through your mouth, but it doesn't feel good. Okay, is everything just blocked off? Fine, I'll go this way. Why is the walking so slow? RPG simulator. So what do I need these items for? Noguchi's not here yet. Guess it probably hasn't been an hour. Don't tell me I have to actually wait an hour. That would suck. Just click on the thing. There's no... Is there something up here? What is the point? Also, if I go on the stairs, why can't it just put me downstairs immediately? Why does it have to put me on the stairs like that? I'm getting the feeling I have to do the inspect every single individual unit of the hallway thing. %10 darkening. I'm not in the blood levels yet. Okay, it's time to inspect every single unit of hall. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Help me. Make it stop. There's a door. The door is frozen in place. Of course it is. This would get so fucking tedious on the PSP. Like the cursor, let me show you how fast the cursor moves. Like it's not slow, but God, this would get tedious. I yawned again. This time it was justified. Is there really nothing on this floor? At one point, at a certain point, I'm gonna look up at the ceiling and there's gonna be a fucking thing hanging from there. That's the scariest thing. I feel like that could happen in a horror game. When shit hangs from the ceiling unnaturally, I don't like it. Like in, a PT. Like when you look up and there's like a refrigerator rocking back and forth on the ceiling. I don't like that. I don't like it. When stuff crawls on the ceiling too and like their heads dangle. I think that happens in Silent Hill. That kind of freaks me out. I wonder if there's any horror games that specifically focus on, like... Already what's here? Like, monsters that... how do I word this? They're super stealthy. But they're also, like, super fast and, like... Maybe, like... I guess Amnesia and stuff like that. But they gotta crawl on the ceiling. I'd say that I want a horror game where the monster never fucking stops chasing you, but that already exists, and it's called Outlast, and that's Chris Walker, and I fucking hate him, so... That was his name, right? Chris Walker? I don't remember. It's funny, because Chris Walker was kind of trying to do good stuff, at least at first. Then he started ripping people's heads off and stuff, and it was no good. Where is anything? I'm having a hankering for another good first-person horror game that I haven't played, or that doesn't exist yet. A new one, per se. I did not mean to scroll up. 10% still. Like, Soma's amazing. BioShock doesn't interest me very much, because... it doesn't really scare me that much from what I've seen. At least I don't think it would. And also, it's more of a shooty-shoot game. Shooty. I gotta worry about, like, FPS mechanics. Play Amnesia, all of them. The second one's kind of not worth your time. Still probably gonna stream it someday as a joke. Number was good. Still need to upload those to YouTube. That's the teach. I've been here. I don't like how the mouse doesn't lock in sometimes. Like, sometimes I do like it, sometimes I don't. How do I do anything here? Well, let me go back downstairs. I'm just gonna stare at the anime figurines on my desk until I get there. I just got them in today, or last night, technically. I love how shipping companies are absolutely fucking ruthless with everything that you send through them. Like, it's a super lightweight box, and you hear stuff rattling around inside. Here, let me just throw it as hard as I can. I understand that they have, like, schedules to keep and deadlines to meet and stuff, and they gotta load up them trucks quickly, but, they really need to, like, chuck them at high speeds. The figures are fine. But, like, their boxes were annihilated. I'm surprised that the figures were fine. Because, again, the boxes were annihilated. And, you know, I like to keep the boxes for them just cause. They're neat. But it's, you know, I would prefer that the figure be okay above all else. I was a bit worried, too, because when I opened it, there were, like, pictures on the store page being like, yeah, I got it, and the legs were snapped off. Here's pictures of the legs being snapped off. Don't buy it, and yet I bought it anyway. Knowing exactly what I was going to get myself into. I almost bought a PVM on eBay once. Almost. And then I realized that's a fucking horrible idea because it will not survive shipping. No matter what you do to it. Where am I supposed to be going here? It's supposed to be a horror game, and I'm talking about the intricacies of how things can get damaged in shipping. Also, USPS tech support is fucking awful. Did I say tech support? I meant customer service. USPS customer service is the worst thing in the universe. Because it doesn't exist. I had to be on the line for like 40 minutes before I was able to get someone. Before that, it's all automated crap. And I only wanted to, like, call them because, like, the order page was, like, saying that my tracking number didn't exist anymore after a certain point, and saying, like, that the item was non-existent, and I was concerned because, like, it was taking it, like, 2 months to get here. No? Okay, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing here? Where's the walkthrough? I'm getting bored. Oh, the game can't play if I click out of the window, can it? Alright. Is this where I am? Oh! I see. Hold on. I just realized there, now that I have a wire and a string... God damn it, stop it! I can grab whatever was in the hole earlier. Where was that? Is it here? I'd say it shouldn't be too hard to find, but there's holes everywhere, so... I feel like this is right. This might be wrong. Damn. Try here. The spot where we started, the first floor hall, directly northwest of the exit. Whoops. That's the wrong way. That's the way! Don't slow down! Oh, delicious. Nyanir's Blowjob Simulator is my favorite ASMR video. I'd play it, but I'm pretty sure YouTube would, like, flag me. Which way is it? Look for holes. I see no hole. Was it up here? Northwest of exit. It's probably here. I thought it was outside a classroom, though. I'm gonna try here. No, that's northwest. There's the hole. God, looks like a necromorph. You like have it off screen, like right there. It'll take a bit of ingenuity to get whatever is out in the hole out. They can rig something up with this wire and kite string. If I were to bend this wire to the shape of a fishing hook and attach it to the kite string, then maybe I'd be able to bring up whatever was down there, provided it wasn't too heavy. Well, it's not exactly a professional grade fishing rod, but here goes nothing. Yeah, I got it. Not a lot of resistance either. It mustn't be all that heavy. I quickly but carefully pulled up the line. Whatever it was, I felt it fell off the hook before I could bring it back up. Guess I didn't bend it tightly enough. Maybe it would be quicker to lower myself down into the hole after all. Though that would also be far more reckless. That would also be a far more reckless course of action. We'll try both. Obviously going into the hole is a good idea. I'm sitting here waffling. Mayu could be in serious danger. What was that? If anything were to happen to her. Well, at any rate, all I need to do is lower myself down, grab whatever's down there, and then come right back up. It couldn't be simpler. As long as I proceeded slowly and cautiously, I thought I'd be fine. First things first, I needed to figure out a way how deep this gap went.
深さは糸のここまでだから4メートル強ってところか。思ったより深いな。
The string went up to here, so a little over 4 meters. That's deeper than I'd expected. My height is 178 centimeters, so with arms outstretched I'd be about 2 meters or so, which meant if I grabbed onto the ledge with my hands and lowered myself down, I'd only have another 2 meters to fall. And that seemed entirely reasonable. It was notably less of a drop than one would face when jumping from a second-story veranda, for example.
問題は登る時だが。
So the only problem then is getting back up. Maybe if I grab a few desks and chairs from the classroom and throw them in first. A little stacking could easily give me 1.5 meters of extra height, I thought. And that should probably be plenty close to the edge of the hole. Probably just be able to reach it and grab on with a single jump. Worst case scenario, Taguchi will be stopping by the entranceway in less than an hour. That's close enough that if I yelled loudly, he heard me. He heard me. Alright, that should do it. Let's get this over with. Okay, body pit. Body pit. I think I sprained my ankle. One thing I didn't predict was that the ground would be uneven down here. Well, at least I could finally find out what the item was I'd seen from above. There's a small notebook. No, I recognized it. This was a student ID. In fact, it seemed to be a Kisaragi Academy student ID. I wonder who that is! No, it's Mayu's. What? It's Mayu's. What is it doing down here? Hey, what are you doing up there? Don't tell me she fell. I gotta take another drink of water. My throat's starting to get sore. I've already been streaming this for an hour. Holy dang, dude. That's the first glass finished. Glassed. There's a considerable number of dead bodies down here with me. Most of them were full-on skeletons who seemed like they'd be down here for ages. But a handful of them looked like they may have just died a few hours ago. Body pit! There's so many of them. Virtually everyone is wearing what looks like modern-day school. I gotta turn the volume of the game. It's like trying to read with him saying stuff is distracting. There's so many of them, and virtually everyone is wearing what looks like a modern-day school uniform. What is going on in this wretched place? I briefly scanned the bodies of the departed in the dim, unnatural light that filtered in from above, and found that one was wearing very familiar clothes. This was definitely the uniform of Kisaragi Academy High School. I was horrified. May you please tell me it's not you? It's the class rep! Both of Ayumi Shinozaki's eyes were wide open, but she wasn't looking at anything in particular. Those eyes weren't seeing anything at all anymore. Wait, she's dead? What? Ayumi doesn't die. What are you talking about? What is happening? Now, don't panic. Shinozaki is dead. This is just a body. Just one of many in here. That's right. This is just a pile of meat that happens to be shaped like Shinozaki. It's not a person anymore. It's a thing. Is this bad ending? Kishinuma should have been with her. What the hell was that incompetent jackass doing?
あいつがどこかで油を売ってるから。
He's probably off messing around with God knows what, leaving Shinozaki all alone and helpless. And now look at her. Can I see it? Instead of the black void? I should probably take something.
何か持って行った方がいいよな。
For her family.
こんなに血で汚れた制服はダメだ。
Her uniform is too blood-soaked.
遺族が動揺する。
It would just upset them.
下
Her
着なんて
underwear
論
is
外だ。
just out of the question. Why would you even think that?
体のゴム紐は
Her hairband is just too common.
ありふれている。もう少し。
I need something that one could associate with her personally. I know, she's got the ghost story candles.
ここにはないか。
Damn, I guess she doesn't have them anymore.
髪の毛とか。
It'll have to be her hair. The hair of the deceased. No more Shige. That's weird. Headband is probably fine.
仕方ない。歯で噛み切
I
る
don't
か。
have any scissors. I guess I'll have to use my teeth. Yeah, I'll use my teeth to bite off my dead friend's hair. What is this expression on my face right now? I've never felt this before.
丈夫なもんだな。
It's like
綺麗に切れない。
the emotion of, dude, fucking seriously? But in more intense than ever before. I had no idea human hair was so resilient. I don't think I can do this cleanly.
別の部分ならどうだ。例えば。
You're at 12% darkening. You shouldn't be freaking out like this already. A different part of her body. Perhaps a fingernail, a tooth, or yes, that's it. Her tongue. Her tongue's the thing.
いいよな、篠崎。遺族のためだ。
Excuse me?
口を開けてくれ。
You're gonna bite her. You're gonna bite. Yeah?
ああ、舌が。
Okay,
舌
good.
がないじゃないか。
Here, family. Your daughter has died. I give you her her decaying tongue as a memento.
畜生。
I would recommend that you vacuum seal it for preservation,
これじゃあ俺が。
or maybe put it in a bottle of formaldehyde.
仕方ない。歯で妥協するか。
Whoever did this, stop messing with me. I guess I'll have no choice. I'll have to settle for a tooth.
抜けない。
I don't want to read this.
指で引っ張ったくらいじゃ。
Yeah, no shit, dude.
あれ
Teeth don't usually come out that easily.
目の前が。
What's happening? Why is everything going black? Why is Ayumi dead? He's got to be hallucinating it, right?
黒。黒。前、どこだ。
I think this is a bad ending.
俺。
So what I'm assuming happened there is that he just lost his mind, hallucinated that Ayumi was dead for some reason, and tried to bite her hair off, then tried to bite her tongue off, then tried to rip her teeth out. This is a good character, and I like him. Do not go into the hole.
どっちの方法を選ぶべきか。多少手間取っても安全な方法が。
The safer alternative is usually the better alternative, even if it is a general annoyance. So let's give this one more go.
よし、引っかかった。
Alright, I got it again.
今度は慎重に。
I'll have to be much gentler about it this time. I began pulling up the line slowly and steadily. Trying my hardest to not shake it any more than I had to. Finally, I pulled up the item from below. It was a small notepad. I flipped it over, and...
学生証
chair is creaking. Not the base of the chair, but like the pleather, whatever you call it. Like when I lean back into it, you can hear it go... It's stretching. A student ID book from Kisaragi Academy.
マユ
Mayu.
マユのだ
It's Mayu's.
まさか下
Did
に
she fall into this
マ
pit?
ユマユいるのかマユマユ
There was no response. And not a single sound or indication of movement. Maybe she wasn't down there after all?
見える範囲に人影はないな
I don't see any indication of a person down there. Aside from the, like, 20 dead bodies. Maybe she just dropped her student ID. That would be the best case scenario. Without even realizing it, I found myself gripping my student ID tightly, squeezing it in my hands repeatedly, as if to verify its existence. It felt like her ID had been entrusted to me, and I absolutely had to get it back to her. It was now my mission.
心配だマユ
Mayu,
もしかしたら怪我
I'm
かもし
worried
れない
about you. If you've been injured...
前向きに考えるんだ
No, I mustn't think like that. I have to concentrate on what lies ahead.
学生証があるってことは
For now, I'll just consider this proof that Mayu is definitely in here somewhere.
地道に探せば
And if I look for her long enough, I'm sure we'll meet again. Okay, I can play the game again. Cool. Now what? Infirmary? I'm thinking infirmary. Infirmary. I mean, that's where she is. If I bring her ID up there, she might respond to it. And be like, Shigeni! Except, she'd be dead, so she'd be a ghost. Haha. No? Okay, now where do I go? Guy just says to go to exit. I probably should have checked the exit first because, well, then I would have been wandering around for like another half hour trying to figure out what to do. Maybe I am getting tired. I'm just yawning non-stop. Another earthquake. Can this building even survive this kind of abuse?
田口さんは来てないな
Taguchi's not here yet.
まだ1時間経ってないの
I
か
guess it probably hasn't been an hour. Oh, him again.
さっきの地震
Hey, ya.
だったんだろうね
The hell is with these earthquakes?
わからない
I don't
た
know.
だ床や壁の
But in any case, everything seems to have shifted now.
さっきと違うってことは確かだ
All the holes and cracks in the walls and floors have now changed position.
袋井私怖いよ
気を強く持た
Trying to not let that get to
い
you.
つもの強気な美月はどうしたんだ
What happened to the no-nonsense Mitsuki we all know? May?
今人の
Huh?
声しなかった
Did you just hear somebody screaming?
いや気づかなかった
No, I can't say that I did.
下から聞こえた
Come on,
行ってみよう
Fukuroi.
袋井
Let's see who it is.
待てよ
待てよそうかよ。
美月
すまない
I'm
怪
sorry.
我はないか？
You're not hurt, are you?
あ、大丈夫だから。こっち
We.
こそごめん。
This is the first time we're seeing her. We played for her as her for like 3 hours. And we're just now seeing what she looks like in game. I know she's in the first game. I know that. But, like, look. Why are we just not seeing her? No, I'm fine. Sorry, I didn't see you. I wonder what her name
い
is.
や、俺。
No, it was my fault.
よそ見
I wasn't really watching where I was going. The girl I just ran into was wearing a school uniform I hadn't encountered before. And standing next to her was a boy who had a halfway irritated look on his face, but was offering the girl a hand anyway. He was wearing a school jacket, she was not. So I couldn't tell for certain, but they definitely came across as classmates. Or at least schoolmates.
君は他校の生徒だな。一人なのか？
You're from another school, it seems. Are you alone?
森重作太郎。木更木学院
Sakutaro Morishige, 11th grader at Kisaragi Academy.
2年なら俺たちと同じだな。
Well then, we're in the same grade.
高等学校の福
My
良
name is
マスター。
Masato Fukuroi, an 11th grader at Byakudan Senior High. And this is
山本美月。よろしくね。
Yamamoto Mitsuki.
フクロウって
Nice to
すごい
meet you.
名前だね。文豪っぽいっていうか。
Sakutaro is a really grandiose name. It's like something out of a classic Japanese literature.
ああ。昔から
Yes. I've been teased about it all my life. Why is he freaking out?
あ、ごめん。あ、でも私は。
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Actually, I think it's pretty cool.
美月、初対面でぶしつけだろ。
Mitsuki, you mustn't say such boorish things the first time you meet someone. It'll cause problems. For Morishige.
いや、構わないよ。
No, it's alright.
何かあったの森重くん。
Is something wrong, Morishige?
Yeah.
You got any dead bodies I can look at?
だって、なんか暗いから。って、こんな場所
You
で
just seem kind of,
逆に
I don't know, down? Though I guess if you were all bright and cheery in a place like this, it would be kind of disturbing.
いや、別にそういう。
No, I assure you I'm fine.
ただ、
I'm just searching for someone, that's all.
森重くんも私たちも友
Oh,
達
you
と離れ
too?
ちゃったみたいで探して
We
るん
got
だ。
separated from our friends and have been looking all over for them.
君は誰を探しているんだい？
Who is it you're looking for?
クラスメイトの鈴本真由っていう
A classmate of mine. Mayu Suzumoto is her name. She's small in stature, but her personality can light up a room. Right, this is her, here. Suddenly remembering that I'd fished her student ID out of the pit, I withdrew it from my pocket and showed it to the students. I'm afraid I haven't seen her. I'll hit your armrest.
美月はどうだ？
How about you, Mitsuki?
私も会ってないかな。
Same here.
役に立てなくてごめん。
Sorry we can't do more to help.
いいんだ。
Gonna keep clicking out of the window
こ
by
の学生
accident.
証を拾ったから、校内のどこかにいると思う。
It's quite
自
alright.
分で探すよ。
The student ID proves to me that she's in here somewhere, and I'll find her on my own.
一人で危なくない？
By yourself? Isn't that dangerous?
よかったら森重
Isn't that corrupt?
鈴本さんを探すのを俺たちも手伝うから。
You're welcome to join us if you'd like. We're searching the school as well. We can help you look for this Suzumoto girl along the way. Morishige, you're a dumbass if you don't say yes.
参ったな。持田たちならともかく。
Well, now I'm at a
こんな
loss.
知らない連中と
If it were Mochida and the others, that would be one thing, but these two are total strangers. Strangers.
だがまあ、悪い奴らじゃ
They
な
seem
い
like nice enough people,
こ
though.
っちの袋井ってや
This
つは
Fukuro in particular seems to have a good head on his
ギャーギャー
shoulders,
騒ぐこともないだろ
and they don't come off as obnoxious.
う。それに、断るのも
Refusing would present problems all on its own, too.
わかった。
Okay then, let's work together.
それじゃあどうしようか。
So where do we go from here? Ugh. Where do we go from here? Exit? Like, weren't we trying to get out earlier?
田口さんは来てないな。
Taguchi's not here
まだ
yet.
1時間経って
Probably hasn't been an hour yet. Let me save real quick, just in case. The door was rattling earlier, though. What the heck-y? Oh, is it time to aimlessly wander around again? Maybe I should have done Deltarune last. This is a long chapter. I'm just gonna check all the classrooms again. Just take a moment to not say anything. I like to be talkative on my streams, but not when the entire stream is reading. At least it's not Valhalla. Valhalla's great, don't get me wrong, but for streaming it was not a great idea. And it's funny because I'm gonna stream the sequel too, and it's gonna be a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I like that series too much. I'll stream Deltarune too whenever the rest of it comes out in 7 years. Oh, the hole's gone? That means I can go up. Up? Have we been on the 3rd floor yet? I don't think so. Not as these two, at least, or 3. The entrance to the boys' room is quite thoroughly boarded up. Shocking if true. Don't give it back. That was a little vague. You could describe it a little bit better. Oh, that's a good way to go. There's something under her body. I got it. It looks to be a class logbook. Oh, that needs to go back into the room with the thing. But the sign just said to not give it back. I'm gonna give it back. Well, Shige, I'm kind of impressed. I don't think I could bring myself to touch a dead body like that. He's trying to find his friend, so I doubt he'd let something as simple as that get stand in his way. Having been lodged under a decaying corpse, the logbook had seen better days. Its pages are warped and stained with blood and other fluids. Ooh. Class designation 3A is still faintly visible on the cover. However, there are sections that seem to have escaped the leaking intact. What section should we read? Oh, this is gonna be a lot of reading. Ugh. The pool was finally open today. Everybody put on their bathing suits and went for a swim, after some stretches and such. The water was so cold and everybody was really having a great time together. Until somebody slipped and fell and hurt himself really badly anyway. Cracked his skull and suffered brain damage. Seems he can't talk like he could before. And can't even feed himself anymore.
どのページから読もう
Oh, that was short. There are missing letters and numbers all over this page. It's some revity, but I have school today. At least 4 students forgot their disaster hoods. What? The teachers got really mad at them. After an Ano, we had to go under RD. RD? And we had to move around O, wearing our Diza hoods. I guess to see how they fell. It's so hot, though. Did the pre really have to make such a long speech? Priest? 3 minutes! Some people even fainted. 3. Then we heard the 2 announcement and went back to class. And we ate our emergency rations. There were 2 students unaccounted for, so we split up and searched for them.
どのページから読もう
Under the D. Gotta lift it up. Today was the memorial service for the 3 children who were murdered. I thought it was... No, Sachiko supposedly survived. We all sang for Kano, Yoshizawa, and Tsuji. There were a lot of mean comments from parents while the principal was speaking. They told him to go to hell and take responsibility and stuff like that. I mean, he kinda deserves it, whether they know it or not. But if we told our principal to go to hell, our parents would scold us.
どのページから読もう
It may be best to take this logbook with us. Her head was thrust into the Japanese-style floor toilet, where she was more than likely drowned. What a fucking... shitty way to go. I'm sorry. 3A, let's go to 3A. My throat is really starting to hurt for some reason. I've only been streaming for 2.5 hours, so... Not even. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Return the class logbook. I'm getting angry. Do you want to be killed? As you approach the teacher's podium, a strange lettering becomes visible on its surface, almost as if it were embossed into it. Bring back the class logbook you took from the reference room right this instant! Mr. Electric, send him to the principal's office and have him expelled! There's no telling what's going to happen next. You understand that, don't you? Wait, what am I doing? I brought it back. Where did I put it? Who was it that took my class logbook from the reference room? I won't get mad, so just give it back now. I have it! What do I do with it? What do you want me to do, huh? I already read that. Looked out of the window again. No, 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 no. Do I need to go in the reference room? I thought it was locked. Where's the reference room? Is it on the first floor? That's the custodian's closet. let me try checking over here. Polo was here previously, he's gone. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. Time to fix the chair's angle again. Boop. Bop. There's the reference room. This might be a bad idea. The reference room door is locked. Well, shoot. Comparatively fresh corpse. Based on the uniform and height, it seems to be that of a junior high school student. Someone repeatedly bashed her feet and hands into the floor. All this blood. It seems likely that whoever did this to her did it while she was still alive. How very cruel. It looks as if she's collapsed here. Perhaps with an injured leg or foot. I'd assume she was being pursued, and her legs were crushed as she tried to hobble away. Quite thoroughly, too, as the bones are practically liquefied. The attacker then seems to have crushed her arms after the intense pain caused her to stop resisting. Why are you still analyzing it? Cause of death was shock from loss of blood, perhaps? A pitiable and rather agonizing way to die. I wouldn't be surprised if she soiled herself. Everyone does when they die. That's how dying works! Look closely at the girl's face, something seemed off. It hadn't taken long to realize what it was. She had no tongue. Did someone cut it out of her mouth? I've heard that psychopathic murderers do often take mementos of their victims. But why the tongue? What does it symbolize? More to the point, whoever did this is probably still at large. I'm getting more and more worried about Mayu. I'm getting more and more worried. Combination lock 6 digits. 19. Well, there's no 9. 1, 2, 2, 1. 1, 2. I thought it unlocked for a second. That doesn't seem to be the right combination. I bet the answer lies in the logbook we found. I mean, the students who took it seemed really adamant about keeping it with them, you know? Well, once we're done with it, we can always give it back. Quite a noble sentiment considering it comes from a school that no longer exists. Once we get the door open, sure. And let's hope someone was kind enough to leave a note in there with the combination. Hmm. Seven 1 8 2 7 1 8 2 4 3 2 2 what? But that was 6 number. What? Seven. Well, that's not right. It must be in just the second entry then. 8 2 4 824 322.
どのページから読もう。試しにダイヤルを合わせてみよう。
8 2 4 3 2 2. Oh, that was easy. Fucking go inside. Where does I put book? The shelf is full. The shelf is full of science books for young children, illustrated encyclopedias, biographies of important people, and other educational materials. Bookending one particular gap on the shelf is a ceramic ornament depicting some kind of demon eating the left arm of a naked, headless figure. That's great. Take it. It's mine now. What a frightening image.
ああ、気味が悪いな。
It is. It's genuinely disturbing. But well made, I'll admit.
ゴヤの我が子を
Francesco de Goya.
天才だと思う。
Saturn devouring his son. Yep, that's what I was thinking. It was Saturn. Saturno I believe it's called Saturn devouring his son. But the original painting was not a sculpture. The original was a painting, not a sculpture.
詳しいな。
Even I knew that. You're quite well versed in art history, it seems.
森重くんって美術部かな？
Are you in your school's art club or something, Morishige?
いや、演劇
No, I'm in the drama club.
へえ。それはすごいね。
Sugoi, ne?
何がどうすごいんだよ。
How is that impressive?
バスケ部でも吹奏楽部でも
I bet he'd have responded the same way if I said it. I were in the basketball club or woodwind band, too. The room fell into an awkward silence after that. She looks upset. I became acutely aware of my own poor disposition. Oh, he actually said that out loud? Oh, there was voice acting. And it was blue. Why would he say that out loud? Dumb fuck. No, I suppose I'd never been very good at social interaction in the first place, and he's just smiling. He doesn't care. I don't believe in wasting smiles on trivial things, and I never quite learned how to lie, even to save face or keep from hurting someone's feelings.
演劇部ってさ、 やっぱり
So I've heard practice can get pretty rough in drama club, is that true?
舞台装置に衣装に脚本に。
I'm sure there's a lot of variables to consider. Setting the stage, costuming, scripting.
そういうのは眉がやってるんだ。
Mayu is in charge of all
役
that.
者メインっていうか
I'm just the lead actor.
へえ、森重くんって背高い。
Oh, nice.
だから人気
Being as tall and handsome as you are, I'm sure you must be a big hit. Oh, he's not gonna like that.
いや、別に。
No, not
大
especially.
切なのは外見よりも
It's not the outward appearance that matters after all, but the acting.
将来の進路はやはり演劇
No, he
学
didn't
校
get
だ。
angry. So are you planning to try out? Are you planning to try for an acting school in the future then?
できれば留学して本格的に役者の勉強をしたいって思って
If possible,
そのために貯金
I'd like to study abroad and apprentice with real actors. I've been saving money and focusing on language studies so that... To that end for some time.
へえ、すごいね。
Sugoi.
ああ、俺たちと同い年なのに。
It's amazing that you put so
将来を
much
具体
thought
的
into
に
your
考えてる
future
んだ
plans at this young age.
評価してくれるのはありがたいがこいつら
I'm grateful for their
俺の話
platitudes,
に
but
なんか興味があるのか
that is all that they are, no? These two can't possibly have any legitimate interest in a word I'm saying. Is he saying this one out loud too?
会ったばかりの他人のことに一喜一憂できるなんて
Or did he say the first one out loud? Normally when they think, it's like a gray text box.
俺が淡白すぎるんだろうか
Unless that was an error. I can't even conceive of being this captivated by the life details of just a person I'd only just met. But then... I'm just overly pragmatic.
そろそろ行かないかここにはその置物以外
Shouldn't we be going?
目立つものがなさそうだし
Aside from that sculpture, there really doesn't seem to be anything else of note in here.
待って、学級日誌をしまってあ
Wait,
げ
we
る。
should return the logbook while we're here. True. Now it's a gray. What? We didn't really need the logbook anymore. The Goya sculpture, on the other hand, was practically calling my name. I reached for it, picked it up, and handed it to my Mitsuki, the Mitsuki, since she had the biggest bag out of any of us. She looked puzzled, but took it anyway. Let me save again. Did I put the book back? Think so. Ugh, stop yawning! Okay, now what? What do I do with this sculpture? Ear needs to stop itching. This whole stream, I've been like listening for a mousetrap to go off because I heard one last night running in my ceiling. They somehow find their way in here every winter. Why some kind of crack in the foundation or something? But, try to catch it. Because, they're problematic. Mostly in the sense that they're wild and their poopulars are bad for human health. I returned it, jeez! What do I do with this statue? Lab? Go back to the entrance? Maybe it's been an hour. Oh, excuse me, fuck. I'm trying to like clear my sinuses so I can fucking talk. It's not working. No, not yet. I don't know, pool locker room. It's calling to me. It's awfully dark down this way. And it's really cold too. Feels like there's cold water wrapped around my entire body. Continuing down this hall might be dangerous. We're gonna die, let's go. Doesn't something seem off to you? It does feel like we've been walking for an awfully long time. Did this building always have such an expansive hallway? Oh, you're losing it. No, I'm pretty sure something screwy is going on here. With all the distance we've covered, we should have been outside the school twice over by now. Maybe we turned a corner without realizing it. It is quite dark after all. There's no way we could have. Not in a narrow hall like this. If you're that concerned, shouldn't we just turn back? Yes, let's. And so we turned around. And saw nothing but an endless corridor vanishing into inky blackness. It was basically a mirror image of the trek we've been making these past few minutes. This can't be right. Did we really do we really we walk so far that we can't even see the light of our candle in the distance? That's not possible, is it?
落ち着け美月。きっとろうそくの火が
Calm
消えた
down,
んだ。
Mitsuki. It probably just blew out.
どうせ一本道だ。戻
She's
して
got some crazy eyes. They're bigger than her mouth is. It's a straight shot either way. All we can do is keep heading back the way we came.
なんでそんなに冷静なの森重くん。
How can you be so cold?
もしかしたら
For all you know, we could be
騒いでも解決しないよ。とにかく戻ってみよ
freaking out isn't going to help matters. Let's just keep going.
森重くんの言う通りだぞ。
Morishike's right.
冷静でいないと。
Times like these call for a cold, rational decisions. A cold. It's the only way. Did I make it out? Oh, that darkened me. Thank God we made it back.
う。まったく。
やっぱ落としちゃった。
You dropped it? You dropped what? The statue? Oh no. Part of it broke off too. That's not good, is it?
廃校とはいえここの
No, it is most assuredly not.
決まってるじゃないか。
Abandoned school building or no, that's something that doesn't belong to you. Why are you getting angry? You really are a stickler for the rules, no matter where you are. Huh.
ちょっと見せてくれないか。
May I see it for a moment, please?
いいけどどうしたの？
Sure, but why?
破損した部分から。
I think I see something inside it. From where it broke off.
あ、本当だ。なんだろう。
Oh, you're right. What is that?
像の中の骨組みじゃないか。
Isn't it just the wire frame the sculptor used to hold the object's shape?
だけど何か別のもの
I don't think so. That's not... That's not all that's in here. There, anyway.
確かめてみよう。
I know one way to find out. As they say, sometimes the simplest solution really is the best. And if we wanted to see what was inside this thing, there was one surefire method. The Goyo sculpture hit the ground with all the force I could muster and shattered into countless pieces. And there, among the wreckage, was a key made of copper. It looked old, but since it had been sealed away from the elements all this time, there wasn't a single trace of rust or corrosion on it.
文字が彫ってある。
Look, there's a label. Looks. Heavenly Host
この
Elementary.
学校の鍵みたいだな。
So I guess that means it does indeed belong in this school building. Clearly, this was an important item to have found. Now aware that Mitsuki's bag was not the safest place to store things, however, I pocketed it myself. Now where'd it go? I'm thinking wooden door. This water tastes weird. Probably didn't rinse out the glass soap all the way. Open it. Never mind. 4A?
さっきの鍵が使えるかもしれないな。
Oh, 4A. Have I been in 4A at all yet? Yeah, I have. It's a pulley system. I think I am getting tired. Holy shit. Some sort of mechanism with a lever attached to it. What a strange looking device. It's vaguely similar to a movie projector, but clearly not one.
レバーが
The lever won't budge.
錆びて壊れている
It
の
may be rusted in place at this point.
アルコールランプだ。
It's an alcohol lamp.
まだ芯もメタノールも残ってるから使えそうだな。
Looks like it's still got a decent wick and plenty of methanol in it too.
な
Methanol.
んか手の跡
Aren't these handprints on it, though?
ここ
In
につい
blood?
てるの血じゃ
I
ない
hadn't noticed them at first, but Mitsuki was correct. There were small bloody handprints on the alcohol lamp. Like, children hands? Small enough that they most likely were made by a child or children.
なんだか気持ち悪いよこのラン ランプ。
That's bad. I don't know about you guys, but this lamp gives me the creeps.
だけど明かりは多い方がいい。
Still, the more light sources available to us in here, the better. This wasn't something we could have left behind. It was a real stroke of luck that we stumbled across something so inherently useful. Wasn't expecting a lamp. Oh, yawning again. Ugh. It shows a high school girl who was just run over by a steamroller. And at the helm of said steamroller is a young-looking child with a big smile on her face. Big. So what's the lamp for?
錆びて壊れているのか。
What's the lamp for? Exit?
「田口さんは来てないな。まだ1時間経ってないのか。
Custodian's room? Alright, let me angle the chair. Give me a little bit of free range. Is it because my back is starting to hurt again? No. I don't want to try the door to the second wing. I'm probably not going to. Why, since when do you care? Nurse? What would the lamp be for? Let me see if I can check all these areas. Okay, all my desktop icons just refreshed for some reason. What? Excuse me? What was that? Okay, I thought I was about to die from that. I guess I'm fine. Yeah, I already read that. Hold on, how did I... I'm still confused as to how Morishige saw Ayumi dead. Pretty sure it was a hallucination. I gotta go with that. Still listening for that mousetrap. My icon's refreshed again. Stop doing that. You're making me worry. Computer. Wait, what did that say? No, nothing. Nothing here. Let me go back to the reference room. I don't know why I would, but maybe it'll do something. Do I have matches? To fucking stop clicking onto the window. To light this lamp? Ow. Hit my desk. God, this really is an absurdly long chapter, isn't it? I think I played the first part for like an hour and 50 minutes or something, I don't know, and now I'm at an hour and 50 minutes on this one. Why does Morashige's chapter have to be the longest? I gave it back though, it's too late. No, nothing here, I guess. Let me try something. Guide says to go back to the locker room. I don't know why. I'm gonna do it though. Oh, a lamp to light the way. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Oh yeah. I'm also really tired, apparently. I didn't even know that I was tired, but apparently I am. It's so dark here. We should try taking a light with us, don't you think? Good voice crack. Shall I try lighting the alcohol lamp then? It would certainly be a lot brighter than a candle, and should burn longer as well. I've got, yeah, she's got matches. She got matches. We find them in the music room earlier. Is that why my leg has been itching? I have a fucking mosquito bite. What the hell? It's like not summer or anything. I get a mosquito bite. As the wick flared up, the whole hallway was bathed in a warm blue glow. and somehow the darkness just seemed to shrink away from it, powerless against this unexpectedly capable opponent. What was that? Huh. There's that darkening. Huh? What?
浦部、おい、
Who?
浦部、しっかりしろ。
What? Oh, that's the girl that got captured. It was getting impaled and stuff. Collapsed on the ground was someone both of my companions clearly knew. She wore the same uniform as Yamamoto. Both Fukuro and Yamamoto immediately ran to her side and began attempting to rouse and control her. Thank God you're alive.
浦部、
You okay, Urabe?
どこか怪我
Are you injured at all? You want some saliva?
他のみんなはトウコやキザミ君たちは
What about the others? Toko or Kizumi? Oh, who cares about him? Do you know if they're alright? Frightened out of her mind, the now conscious schoolgirl slapped away Yamamoto's outstretched hand and shot to her feet.
美月、どうしたんだ浦部。
落ち着いてエミ、私だよ。
Get a hold of yourself, Emmy. It's me.
フクロイも。ダメ、触らないで。早く逃げないと。あいつが。
She darted her head around wildly, surveying her surroundings and quickly and frantically like a wide-eyed fawn who'd sensed a predator closing in. What on earth could have happened to her? It was as if her own paranoia had completely drowned out the sounds of her friends and classmates. Let's not forget that, Morishige, like, ate her organs and stuff, technically, in another ending. To such an extent that she didn't even notice them. It was also perceptibly shaking, a lot more than she would have from the cold rain alone. And her teeth were chattering. Something had truly spooked her. We've got to go after her.
一体彼女は何を見たんだ。
What did she see, I wonder? She must have come in contact with death itself to react so strongly. Perhaps a murderer on the loose.
俺も追うべきなんだろうが。
Maybe I should join them in their
そう
cause.
する義理もないか。
But I have no responsibility here. This isn't my fight.
あの二人は一緒
They
に
did accompany me in my search for Mayu,
できるなら力
so I'd like to do something for them in exchange.
向こうもゴタゴタしているみたいだし。巻き込まれるのはごめんだな。
But things seem in disarray right now, and I'd prefer not to get caught up in their mess.
俺は俺で眉を探そう。もともと
I'll resume the search for Mayu on my own. Solo acts have always suited me best after all. You're such a dick. I miss you. Oh, how I miss you so. More than you can know. Tell me, where? Oh, where did you go? Mayu. Is that Mayu's voice? I'm certain of it.
眉 どこだマユ、返事をしてくれ。
Have we seen this scene already? I feel like we have.
マユ。
見て、渡り廊
Look,
下がある。
there's a walkway to another building.
ナーナいるかも
Let's
しれな
go,
い。
okay? Nana is probably over there somewhere. Who's Nari? Oh, I know who Nari is. Oh, Nari dies. Nana also dies.
私は武蔵川女子中学校1年6
My name is Nari Ayama Yutoya, a 7th grader in middle school, class 1-6.
ナーナというのは
Nana is a friend I've had since I was a little girl. Her real name is Nana Osagawara, and she's also fucking dead.
さっきまで一緒にいたんだけど、廊下は
Was Nana a 7th grader too? Man! 7th grader getting her legs ripped off? Man. She'd been with me up until just recently when we randomly gotten ourselves separated in the halls.
同行者が一人いるんだけど、
I did still have another companion with me.
実
But
に
well,
頼りない。
she wasn't really someone I could count on, like, at all.
待って、なりちゃん。足疲れた。
Oh, that's me. Me IRL. Wait, Nari, my feet are tired.
これでもう何度目
That's how it always is with her. I lost count of how many things she'd found to whine about in this place. This was Chihaya Yamase, fellow member of the drama club. Never satisfied, but never willing to do anything about it. Drama fit her to a T. Nana were with us. I'm pretty sure she'd give in to Chihaya's whining and insist we take a break. But I'm not Nana, and I won't be guilted so easily.
じゃあそこで座ってなよ。私先行くから。
Then have a seat. I'll go on without you.
だって疲れて歩けないんでしょ。
But you're too tired to walk, aren't you?
歩けるもん。
I can walk. It really was just like leading a child around. She was as spoiled as can be. I truly felt it wasn't possible for any human being to be more spoiled than Chihaya. But it's not like I could really leave her behind, you know? She'd be dead in no time flat, and helpless as she was. As helpless as she was. And I want to wrap up here soon. Getting fucking mental fucked.
危ないじゃん。床濡れてるんだから急に飛びつかないでよ。
The hell? That's dangerous, you know. The ground is slippery here. You can't just jump into me like that. But the thunder.
あのね、雷なんて。
You know, thunder isn't exactly a rare and mysterious danger or anything. It's certainly nothing to get worked up about.
あんた、家でも学校でも。
Do you jump and grab onto other people's shoulders when it thunders at your home or school too?
ナーナちゃんがいる。
If Nana is around, it's usually her.
ナーナちゃんに。私はナーナの代用品か？
So am I supposed to be her proxy then?
なりちゃん、怒ってる？
Okoteru.
別に。
Not especially. Let's go, okay? I'm sure you'd rather grab onto the real Nana rather than settling for a poor substitute like me, right? Uh-huh.
否定しないのかよ。
Seriously, you're just gonna agree with that? What does Nari look like?
こっちの校舎は
There's a head in there.
さらにボロいな。
This building seems a lot more run down than the other one.
なんだか頭が
The head kinda hurts.
確かに空気が重い。
I'll give you that one. I guess this is what they mean when they say the air feels heavy. We shouldn't stay in here any longer than we have to.
こんなところに
Wonder if Nana is really in here.
いるのか
Pieces of her?
な。探すしかないじゃん。ナーナだって私らのこと探してるはずだし。
Well, all we can do is look for her. I'm sure she's doing the same right now, so we're bound to run into each other sooner or later.
すぐってどれくらい？
How soon do you think?
もしかしたら
Maybe Nana is already.
また始まった。
Again with that
もうその
crap.
パターンよしなよ。
Just stop, okay?
泣かない。
Don't cry, damn it.
だって怖いんだ
I'm scared too, you know. Why the rain stop? I told myself I was going to find Nana in this second building. Come hell or high water. Failure was not an option. Head? So now we're playing as another character. Why? This could have been 3 separate chapters. A decaying human head has been forcibly crammed into the top. I've already seen this.
気持ち悪
It's horrible.
い。ちょっと、だからって背中押さないでよ。
You're not gonna freak out about the human head. Chihaya seemed almost as if she were trying to hide behind my body from the sight of the severed head, and she wound up pushing me forward in the process. If she didn't want to see it, she could just not look at it. Why did she need to be so grabby? Worse still, she was pushing me right into the shelf, giving me an uncomfortably close view of the head, not to mention the things crawling on it.
だから押すなってば。私はあんたの
See, this is why you should keep your hands to yourself. Honestly, am I supposed to be your shield or something? Did that darken me? Nope. Good, Kurt, stop. Just go there. I'm assuming that's Nari. The boys' room entrance is completely boarded up. There's no way to get inside right now. Don't hit the desk. Hello, fellow gamer. Do you know what lies beneath the school? I've already read this. Okay, so second building now. I'm gonna check the music room because that's I don't know. Music room is fun. It doesn't really look like they're staring at you. What? Who's screaming? Okay.
何
Nani?
ごめん。
Sorry.
鍵盤
I accidentally dropped my pouch on the
の
piano.
落としちゃった。もう、脅かさない
Jeez,
でよ。
don't scare me like that. Oh, this is new. I'm gonna kill her even though she's already dead. I'll kill her, kill her, kill her. Give me my life back, god damn it. I don't like that noise. Does that only play when you check it? Yep. I hate it. Get the fuck out of this room. Look at, like, I've already looked around in these areas, so... Reference room? Wait, was the reference room open before? I think it's locked. Yeah, it's locked. I think the girls' room is too. I'm not sure though. Nope. There's nothing in here? Go to the principal's office? Can I even access that? Don't think so. Staff room? I don't think I went to the staff room. Well, I can't. Is it time for play the game of check every single unit? Absolute unit? Why is this chapter so long? The dull, gloomy corridor suddenly lit up brightly for just a moment. I wasn't expecting that. And in that moment, something became visible. What do you mean? Nothing in the dim light appeared to be what? A component from some sort of electronic device. Is that a battery? In contrast with everything else in this school, it seemed like a fairly recent item, a decade old at most, but likely much newer.
なんだと思う？
What do you suppose this is?
わからないけど。
I'm not really sure, but it looks like a battery, maybe?
とかだと思う。ふん。
Maybe
誰か
somebody
携
brought
帯ゲーム機でも持ってる人が落としたのかな？
beefed up phone or something like a game system in here. Might as well take it with us, I figured. Though, if I give it to Chihaya for safekeeping, it would no doubt wind up on the ground again. So I decided to just pocket the thing. Okay, so battery. Nothing to use it on. I guess I'll just have to settle for a battery! I wanted to do this together! I'm too tired to even, like, attempt to sound- I did not mean to do that. To sound remotely anything like it. Him. Ego. The planet boy. Dude. Guy thing. Theory. What if Guy Theory's a planet? He's trying to expand his species of one. What am I doing with this battery here? Huh? Something in the music room, maybe? Oh, what? On the other side of the hole, there was now a man collapsed on the ground. Couldn't see any obvious wounds on him, but he wasn't moving at all. That's Taguchi, isn't it? It was hard to ascertain details on this dim light. He seemed a bit too big to be a middle schooler or high schooler, and he wasn't wearing a uniform. Who's that? Seems a bit too old to be a student. Is he dead? I don't know.
大丈夫ですか？
Daijoubu desu ka?
怪我してたりとか、
Still no response.
なんか物投げてみようかな。
Maybe we should chuck something over there. Or maybe that would be a bad idea.
なりちゃん、これ
Look,
そこに落ちてた。
this was lying on the floor over there.
カメラ？
A camera?
あなたのかな？
I wonder if it's his. It was a fairly expensive looking DV camcorder. A well-worn one at that, with dings and chips all over it. Nonetheless, it looked like it probably still worked.
今度は何よ？
What was it this time? Morishige, what are you doing? We're back to Morishige now? Mayu, what have you gotten yourself off to? Where have you gotten yourself off to?
マユ、
Not what? Oh man.
さっき俺は
I swear I heard your voice just a moment ago.
お前の声を聞いた。
You can't be far.
会いたいって言ってたよな。
You're singing about missing
無
me.
事なのか？
Are you okay?
怪我はしてない
Have you been injured? Are you afraid?
怖くはないか？
Are you lonely?
くそ。あ、田
Damn
口
it,
さん何や
Taguchi.
ってんだ？
What the hell is keeping you?
何が情報交換だよ。
It's been well over an hour.
一人暇があったら、
I'm
俺は
waiting
マ
here
ユ
to
を
exchange information with you when I could be out searching. What's that body?
くそ。くそ。なんでこんなこと
Why
に
has it come to this?
あーマユ、
What am I fighting for? I don't care about anyone else.
せめてお前だ
I
け
just
は
want you to be safe. Just you and I'll be happy.
何見てんだ？
The hell are you looking at? In my agitated state, I kicked a pair of hallway slippers that was sitting on the ground nearby, and they flew right into the dead girl's face.
死人の分際でそんなとこに座
What are
っ
you
て
doing
んじゃ
sitting
な
in a
い。
place like that
目
anyway?
障りだよ。
You're dead. You're not worthy of such an honored seat. You're an eyesore.
あ、なんだ？
What's with that
俺
look?
がおかしいか？
You think I'm strange?
なんだよ
What gives you the
その目は。
right, you
バ
goddamn
カにしてんの
stiff?
か？
I think he's starting to lose it. I should save. I grabbed her jaw and began shaking it around, and was a bit startled by the sensation. It felt just like I was touching living flesh. Except this person was very, very cold. Cold as a statue. A statue covered in skin and muscle. But a statue nonetheless.
何をやってるんだ俺は。頭がどうかしてしまったのか。
What am I doing? Have I lost my mind?
八つ当たりする
Why
なん
would I
て。
be venting my anger at a dead body?
ああ、すまない。
I'm terribly
色が見
sorry.
たら
I see now that your eyes have been sliced up. So you really weren't looking at anything, were you?
ん？どうした？
What's
答え
wrong?
られないのかい？
Cat got your tongue?
数日前なら君も
I'd asked you this a few days ago. I have no
俺
doubt
の方の
you'd have been
一発
able
も
to
引っ
voice
掛
your
けてた。
objectives and slap me right in the face.
うーん、
Miss
残念だな。
Arisa Kaida?
あ
Pity.
あ、カイダ・アリサさん。冷静になれ。
Get it
こんなことし
together.
てもマユは見つからないぞ。
If you keep this up, you'll never find Mayu.
この子は何の罪も
Besides,
ない
this
被
poor
害者じゃな
girl
いか。
is an unfortunate victim. She's done nothing wrong.
いいことを教えてやろうか。
Wanna know a secret, Kaida? You're
中野の
quite the
美人だ
looker
け
right
ど、
now.
これ
But
から
you're just going to
腐っていく
rot
ん
from
だ。
here on out. Just rot and rot.
どんどん腐って
You'll rot until your flesh
肉
gets all
が
soft and
ぐちゅぐちゅ
mushy.
のスープみたいにな
Like
る。
soup.
皮膚がたるん
Your
で
skin
垂れ
starts
下
to
がり、
stretch and
目
sag.
玉は生
And your
卵みたい
eyeballs
に
spill
こ
out
び
of
り
your
落ち
head
る。
like raw eggs.
トイレの便器よりもひどい悪臭を振り
The
まきな
smell
が
you
ら、
produce will be fouler than any toilet, and every part of you, your face, your mouth, your
ガジ
bowels,
ムシの餌になっちまうんだ。
will become maggot chow.
そうなる前に、そうだな。
But before that happens, yes,
君の姿を
let's
残して
preserve
おいてや
that
るよ。
beautiful form of yours, shall we? Oh boy, here we go. This is where he starts going nuts. I flipped my cell phone back on and switched it to camera mode, centering it centering the lens on the lovely Miss Kaida. Her slashed and broken gaze was focused ahead of her at a downward-facing angle. Yet in contrast to these injuries, she wore a peaceful expression on her face. Almost as if she were posing for me, just waiting for me to hit that shutter button.
いい表情するじゃないか。
What a lovely visage. This will make a splendid picture.
いいね。
Superb!
アンダルシア
Have
の
you ever
犬
heard a
って映画を
French
知って
film
るか？
called... I'm not good with the French, you already know that. Un chien andalou? You remind me so much of it right now.
もう一枚いいかな。
Might I take another?
ひょっとしたら
You may be more charming now than you were when you were
今の方が
alive.
魅力的かもしれない。
Yes, I think you must be.
そうだってほら。
I mean, just look at that
この
face.
拘束した方のラインな
That
んか
line formed by those stiffened cheekbones.
失礼かもしれないけど。
I'm sorry. But it's
エ
just
ロ
so
ティックな
erotic.
このテクニック
I told you he gets off to it. And those cuts on your wrist. I tried poking her wound with my finger and heard a moist, squishy sound as my fingertip was swallowed up. She'd gone cold, but I guess there was still some blood left in her. Either that or decomposition was already well underway. I pushed farther in, digging my finger through the gaps between her muscles until it struck something smooth and hard.
惚れだね。このぬめり気と冷たさ。奥に秘めた
I've struck
芯の
bone.
強さ。
This vicious chill
官能的だよ。
belies the steadfast strength of the marrow within. It's almost sensual. As I drew my face into her forehead, a few particles of perfume scented the foul odor of sweat and sebum that had heretofore been assaulting my nostrils. Sebum.
ここに閉じ込められて
Sealed in a place like this, unable to even wash your hair. But you still found the time and energy to groom.
けなげだね。
How delightful.
でも君にはこの刺繍と血の香りの方が似合う。
What was that? That was a door. What was that? And yet the smell of death and blood suits you so much better. So much better. You're gonna die, Morishige.
俺は
What the hell have I been doing?
何をやってたんだ。
Why have I been taking pictures of corpses?
しかしこういう状況ではストレスを溜め込むの
I suppose they do say stress is the real killer in situations like this. So, anything I can do to relieve my built-up stress isn't so bad.
そう
Yeah,
またまだ
it's all just
たまたまここに
happenstance.
死体があったから。
There happen to be corpses in here, so I...
そういえば田口さんが警察に提
Come
出
to
す
think
る
of
た
it,
めに
Taguchi was
ここの死体を
taking footage of the corpses in here as well. He said he was going to do it so he could file a police report.
とっくに約束の1
1
時間
hour
過
has
ぎていたかもし
has long since come and gone.
そろそろ
Perhaps it's time I search for him as well. I gotta take another drink of water. Hold on. Oh, my voice is actually like starting to give out almost, it feels like.
もしかしたら田口さんが眉を見つけて同行してるかもしれないし
It's entirely possible that he met with Mayu and is accompanying her,
始まらない。
after all. In which case, standing around here will accomplish nothing. Save here. Amidst the darkness of the corridors, I spotted human figures, living ones this time. Oh, it's Nare. That's what she looks like. And her, Chihaya. Both female and both much younger than I. Save. Look how many saves 5 is taken up. Both female and both much younger than I. I approached them without making a noise or saying a single word to announce myself.
今度は何
What?
よ
What is it this time? Junior high, I guessed. Maybe 12 or 13 years old. One was clearly much more fear-prone than the other. And as she wrapped herself around her companion's arm and was actively trying to hide behind her. She was looking in my general direction. With the lighting as dim as it was, I had no idea whether or not she could see me. And while finding survivors in this land of the dead was a rare occurrence indeed, my focus was squarely on the man sprawled out farther down the hall. He was unconscious. Possibly worse. And an uncrossable gap separated us, but I definitely recognized him. It was Taguchi.
あの
田口さん死んでるのか
Is Mr. Taguchi dead? I was concerned about him? Did I feel for him? Honestly, no. I felt nothing whatsoever at that moment. I was simply asking because I was curious. I'm normally calm and stoic, sure, but this seemed cold even by my standards. Did I really not care one way or another if he were dead?
あのその人と知り合い
Hey,
な
you know that guy?
いや
Not
別に
really.
でも今名前言ってましたよね
But you just said his name, didn't
そ
you?
の人のだと思うんで
Here.
どうぞ
I think this belongs to him. Give it a look. The girl handed me a beat-up DV camera. No doubt about it. This was the same one Taguchi had been looking into when I met him earlier. I took it without a word and immediately tried to turn it on, but to no avail. It had no power.
バッテリーが切れてる
Battery's dead.
使えそうにないな
Doesn't seem like it'll be much use anymore.
バッテリーも落ちてたから拾って
I think we found its battery pack on the ground too. Here, try it out.
ああ
何この人ああだって
The hell is his problem? Okay, he says. What kind of social reject accepts a stranger's kindness with like that? Like that. Not that I need thanks or anything, but still.
平気どうせ聞こえてない
Don't worry, he's not even listening. I placed the battery pack into the DV camera and immediately saw the red power light pop on. Still fully functional, by all appearances.
これで保存してある映像を確認できる
Now I can check over the footage he's collected.
君たちはここで何してるんだい
So what are you two doing here?
あの友達を探しているんです小笠原奈々と霧上光っていう
We're looking for our friends Nana Ogasawara
同級生なんですけ
and
ど
Hikari fellow students from Junior High and some others from Senior High.
私は天戸谷なり
My name is
この子は山崎彩って
Yarnri,
言います
and this is Chihaya.
そうか中学生か
I see. Middle schoolers then?
そっちの小さな君
The littler of you two reminds me of Mochida's
持ち
sister.
玉の妹と似てるよ
何の話ですか
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're a senior high student, right?
俺も人を探してるんだ
I'm looking for someone
鈴
too.
本真由っていう子
Her name is Mayu Suzumoto. Have either of you seen her?
見なかったかい
それよりまず名乗る
You
のが
know,
礼儀
it's
だと思い
proper
ます
manners to introduce yourself before you start asking questions.
ああすまない俺は森重作太
Oh,
郎
I'm terribly sorry.
木更木学園の
I'm Sakutoro Morishige, an 11th grader at Kisaragi Academy High School.
それでさっきの話だけど
Back to my question then. Have either of you seen
この写真の
Mayu?
子なんだけど
I have a picture of her here. Flipped open Mayu's student ID to its photo page, almost as if I were a sheriff flashing my badge. But the responses from these two were not encouraging. They shake their head in a quick glance with one another. They exchanged a quick glance and then shook their heads.
私たちは会ってないみたいです
I don't think either of us have seen her, no.
そうか
I see.
いいんだ
That's alright.
このカメラの中に手
There
が
may
か
be
り
some clue as to her whereabouts in this camera. Uh-oh. I rewound the tape a bit and put the camera in playback mode. Immediately, horrifying imagery began displaying on the device's tiny LCD screen. Audio was irrelevant. It seemed like the only sounds on the tape were those of Taguchi's ragged breathing and footsteps, and his occasional self-mutterings. 90% of the video footage then consisted of dead bodies, while the remaining 10% was mostly just the camera autofocusing in the dim light. Each body was shot from a variety of angles so their causes of death could be easily determined. Guess he really was planning on showing this to the police.
何これ死体ばっか
The hell is this? It's nothing but dead bodies.
私見たくない
The two nosy girls were peeking in on the video's contents over my shoulder. Neither seemed quite certain how to react.
はあへえずいぶん丁寧に撮ってあるんだな俺がまだ見てない死体がいくつもいくつもこれなんてまるでシーレの絵みたいだ綺麗だだけど惜しいな田口さんの
His technique could be better.
作業的だ
He does little to catch the viewer's
映
eye.
像を見る他人の目を意識してい
There's
る
too
し
much restraint, too much distance.
遠慮している
If it were me.
なりちゃん
どうしたんだい
なんで笑ってるんです
Why exactly are you laughing?
笑ってる
Laughing?
俺が
Am I laughing?
笑ってますよ
Yes.
嬉しそうに
You're smiling and laughing like you're having a grand old time.
それは変だな
Okay. I'm sorry, but we have to be going now.
私たち
行く
Going
ど
where?
こ
Exactly.
友達探してる途中なんで
Well, we were in the middle of searching for our friends.
へ何をそんなに慌ててる
What's your rush?
協力できる
Maybe there's something I can do to help.
いいです私たちだけで
That's quite alright. We'll handle it on our own. Goodbye now.
何を勘違いしたんだか
I think there must have been a misunderstanding.
変質者か何かだと思う
Maybe they thought I was some kind of pervert.
まあいい誤解を解くのも面倒
Well, that's fine by me. It would be a pain in the ass to change their minds anyway.
それになかなか面白い反応だったしな
That was a rather fascinating reaction.
カメラは置いておこうこれは田口さんの目だ
I think I'll leave the camera here.
他人の視線で見て
It's Taguchi's eyes after
いまい
all.
ち感情に訴えてこ
No
ない
one else could possibly feel what he felt from anything he caught on it.
俺は俺自身の目で見てもっと触れたい
I want to keep taking in these surroundings with my own eyes. Keep feeling what this school has to offer, in my own personal way.
俺は俺だけのコレクションが欲し
I want my own collection.
いいや
Or I suppose I just want to
死者を
possess
自
the
分のもの
dead.
にしたいのか
I want to make them mine.
待て何を考えている
What am I thinking? I should be searching for Mayu right now.
撮影はただのストレス発散だ眉を探す前に俺が自暴自棄になっては話にならないからその防衛策だ
These photos are just for stress relief. If I lost myself to despair before finding Mayu, she could be gone forever. I mustn't let that happen.
そう眉を探すための手段でしかない
This is all just one step in the long process of finding her.
履き違えちゃダメだ
And I certainly can't be mixing up a single step with my end goal.
だが
But I want to see
もっと見
more.
たい
It says to save here, so I'm gonna save here. It's impossible to tell from here if he's dead, though, or simply unconscious.
ジジ
Another earthquake?
またか
After bracing myself for an indeterminate amount of time, the earthquake finally subsided. There's a candle shimmering here, along with a note. Whatever you do, don't look behind you.
振り返ったらどうなるって言うんだ
What happens if I do? Yeah, look behind you.
森重くん
山本さん袋井くんは
Where's Fukuroi?
わからない
I don't know.
さっきまで一緒にいたけど
He was with me until just a short while ago.
やつに追いかけられて逃げてるう
But
ち
then we found ourselves running from a man with an axe. I think we got separated.
そうか
I
心
see.
配だな
That is rather
無事だったらい
worrisome.
いが
I hope he's alright. How about you? You're not hurt, are you?
私は平気この血は
I'm fine.
私のじゃないから
This isn't my blood.
それよりやっぱりやばいよ
This
この
school
学校
is even more dangerous than I
学校
thought.
に迷い込んだ人たちを殺してるんだ
Whoever that man is, I'm certain he's been going around killing everyone who gets lost in here.
僕はそいつを見てないから何とも言えないな
I haven't encountered him personally, so I couldn't say.
私怖いよ一人じゃ絶対私も
よかったら
Shall I accompany you then?
いいの
Are you sure?
まあ
Yeah, I don't mind. Yamamoto, overcome with relief, suddenly grabbed hold of me.
ちょっと
ごめんね森重くんは
I'm sorry.
さんだっけ
You have a girlfriend already, right? Suzumoto, I think you said her name was?
そういうんじゃない
We're not like that.
なんていうか
She's like a little sister to me, I guess.
妹みたいなものだよ
森重くんみたいなお兄さんがいたら退屈しないだろうな
I bet life would be a whole lot less boring if I had a big brother like you.
そうかな
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
どっちかっていうと退屈な
People
人間だと
always seem to
思われる
regard me as a boring human being, especially people out of this generation.
暗いな
It's gotten really dark in here. Hmm? Yamamoto?
ちょっと待って明かりつける
Hang on just a sec, I've got a light.
なんだこの廊下やけにそうだ本館でもこんな場所が
What an unnerving hallway. Sorry, I had to look at something. It's much darker than the others. But then I suppose there was one just like it in the main building.
暗くて寒いね
It's not just dark, but cold too.
なあ引き返そう
We should head back. I think we may be in danger if we keep going.
でももう来た道がないよ
But the way back is gone.
しまった
Yamamoto, do you still have that alcohol
そうだ
lamp?
山本さんあのアルコール
あれはなくしちゃったでも
Sorry, that didn't quite make it. But I've got plenty of candles.
そんなものじゃ
Candles won't be enough.
あそこに部屋が見えるよ
Well, look, there's a room.
行ってみよう森重くん
Let's see what's inside, okay?
待て危険かもし
Wait,
れないだろ
it might not be safe.
お
We should proceed with the almost caught.
すまない怪我
Something's wrong here. That's not...
平気だよ
Yeah, no. I don't like this.
誤解しないでくれよ。
Please don't misunderstand. I didn't mean to.
それより少しお話
Never
し
mind that. Let's say we have a little chat.
何を言って。
Do you
私のことは嫌い
do you like me, Shig?
しげに
No. No way.
お前
Who are you?
誰だと思う
Who do you think I am?
しげに
Shigeni?
やめろ。
Cut it out. Don't call me that. Tried to pick myself up off the floor, but she grabbed me tightly by the wrists.
離せ。なんで俺のことを、
Let me go.
マユのことを知ってるんだ。
How do you know about me? About Mayu? I struggled with all my might, and in the process I inadvertently slapped Yamamoto, or whoever this was, square in the face.
痛い女の子にラ
How
ブ
dare you raise your hand to a girl?
しげに
Oh no. That's not good. The skin from Yamamoto's face began peeling back and a little girl's face burst out from within, covered in blood and muscle tissue. I don't even know how it's possible, but black hairs burst out from the Yamamoto suit next, spreading across the ground like a black wing unfurling. Immediately, a musty smell began permeating the air, and I became aware of all the body parts around me. Hands, feet, entrails, and a veritable lake of blood.
お前は
You. Were you always her?
マユをどうした。
What did you do to Mayu?
どうしたんだろうね
What did I do to her?
しげに
I remember she wouldn't shut up. She just kept chirping Shig. I don't like interrupting her voice because I actually like it a lot. Like a Japanese sparrow. A Suzume, if you will.
今は物静かな自分の目で確かめるといい
But she's not chirping anymore. Wanna see for yourself?
まさかまさかそんなバカな。
私はお前を見ていたよ
I've been watching you, you know.
見込みのあるや
I like you. You've got promise.
つたまにお前みたいなのがいるこの学校と相性のいい
People like you do show up from time to time. Freaks of nature who have a real affinity for this place. What are you trying to say?
一体
What the hell are you planning to do with
俺
me?
をどうするつもりなんだ。
怯えているのかい
You scared?
無理もない
That's understandable.
分かってるよ
But thing is, I get you.
お前の恐れの対象は生きた人間
You're not afraid of people dying. You're just afraid of you dying.
離せ。俺は
話してやろうとも歩いていけ
Sure, I'll let you go. And when I do, I want you to walk over to that door. Let the school guide your way.
お前が探しているあの子のとこ
It's where you'll find the person you've been looking for all this time.
Mayu.
楽しみだね
I'm quite looking forward to your reaction.
つまらなかったら
But if it's boring, I'll kill you.
殺しちゃうからね
True to her word, the girl let go of my wrists. Her body then began sinking into the floor, little by little until there was nothing left of it. It was as if she were lying along the shore as the tide came in and slowly rose above her body. Or maybe the school just swallowed her up. The only things that remained of her were Yamamoto's school uniform and that face mask from her skin.
これは夢か。それとも 俺はもうとっく
Is
に
this a
頭がおかしく
dream?
なっているのか。
Or have I completely lost it at this point?
としても
Either way,
俺は眉に会わなくてはな
I
らない。
need to see Mayu.
あいつは生きている。
She's
そうなく
alive.
なっている。
She has to be.
眉、今行くぞ。
Ikuzo. Apparently that was the wrong end. Okay, so apparently I'm not supposed to look back. Guide told me to look back, so I looked back. It got me the wrong end. There's a ton of bad endings. I'm almost done with the chapter, so I'm gonna try to finish it before I go. Ugh. At least I think I'm almost done with it.
Jishin、またか。
Masaka.
振り返ったらどうなるって。
No, don't look back.
来ないで。
What's wrong? Where's Fukuroi? Shut the hell up. I told you to stay back.
お前もあいつの仲間なんだろ。
You're in league with him, aren't you?
錯乱してるみたいだな。
You seem confused.
山本さん。
What happened, Yamamoto?
触るな。
What? Don't touch me! There's blood on your hands!
やっぱりお前も。
誤解だよ。
You're
これ
mistaken.
はさっき死体を調べて。
This is from examining a dead body earlier.
おかしいって思ったんだ。
What?
あんなに平気で死体に
It's just as I thought then.
やっぱ
How can you be so cavalier about touching corpses? You're not right.
これじゃ何を言っても無駄だな。
There's no getting through to her in this state, it seems.
り私は騙されない。
I won't be fooled. Won't be taken by your lies anymore.
やかましい女だ。生きている人間は
Living humans are so irredeemably noisy. People need to understand the value of silence.
山本さん、もう行ってしまったのかい。どこか
I should find some place to collect myself. Hmm? That's right, I can always go back there.
またあそこに。そういえば
I almost forgot about taping that production of The Barber of Seville. I have to make sure I get home in time.
時間までに家へ帰らないと。
And here I was again. I pressed the button on my phone to shut off the second alarm I'd set. This time display were accurate. Then there was no chance of making it home in time to record the show for Mayu.
後で
I'll have to apologize to her later. I slid my finger naturally, almost automatically, from shutting off the alarm to opening my folder of saved photos. There was no sound in the other room. In the room other than the tone of my button presses. And virtually no light other than that which seemed other than that which shone from the LCD screen, or so it seemed anyway. Yet this was my rock. In this place I could truly relax. Here and here alone, I felt at peace. The air was filled with the overpowering aroma of blood and entrails. It would be enough to make most people vomit, but for me, it was a smell to savor. I'd describe it as comforting. Perhaps its presence reminded me that I was in her presence. She who decorated the wall like a flower in full bloom. When I sat across from her, I felt more at ease than I can possibly convey in words. It was as if she'd always been here for me, as if she were waiting for me. And sure enough, whenever I felt weary or needed respite, The door to this infirmary would always open for me, despite the tendency to the contrary. Oh. That is Mayu, isn't it? Each time I did, too. I would always be drawn in, as if the room were swallowing me up, and my eyes would always happen upon this offering first. I guess she was wearing the tank top underneath her uniform. This girl up on the wall, slowly drying and slowly rotting, would always be there to greet me, and never once did I tire of the sight.
随分集まったな。
Oh,
死体の写真。
more Shige. Oh, more Shige. I've sure taken a lot. So many photos of the dead. I began talking to myself, or maybe I was talking to her. Within my phone's memory were stored some of man's most sensual, most voluptuous objects d'art. D'art? D'art. And she was the tip of the brush, the grand prelude. I'd amassed a whole other building's worth of beautiful sculptures to admire now. I was thrilled to bursting.
これだ。
This is the one. This was the sculpture known as Mitsuki Yamamoto in my life. But in death, she was my property. One of my many pieces of found art. Those spirited eyes, now dulled and clammy. Those lips that spoke such harsh words, now stained with blood, her abdomen shredded, her innards exposed. So alluring, so captivating she was now. Sometimes destroying that which is beautiful only serves to make it more beautiful. And truly, this was the proof.
しかし、やっぱり残念だな。
Still, it's a shame. It was a shame that I could only gaze upon these gorgeous works of art within these school grounds. Before returning home with Mayu, I'd need to erase every one of these photographs from my phone. It seemed like such a waste. The world in which I once dwelled was far too narrow-minded to accept these masterpieces. It was often a hard place to call home. But as long as I had Mayu with me, I could endure. Got her in front of her! In front of you, dude! And to that end, this folder was an obstacle, a detriment, a hurdle to overcome before I could rejoin the world of the living. I needed to delete it, to put it all behind me.
でもまあ、いいか。
Well, I'm sure it'll be fine.
まだ。帰ってからで。
If I do it after I get back. Okay. Chapter 6 Meyer is now available. God, that was a long chapter. I'm not even done with it yet, by the way. The guide says to go back in. Simple Pleasures was an achievement I just got. So, what is this? The guide is saying this, so we've unlocked the next episode, right? Not so fast. Load up the save of the game I told you to save a few moments ago, since you're now unlocked the true ending for the stage. Load up from where Taguchi is. Apparently you get a different ending for some reason? I don't understand why.
ジジン、またか。
Oh, this is different. Something hit me hard right in the back of the head. I began descending face first toward the ground. It felt like I was falling in slow motion, though. The ground just kept coming. Yet for some reason, I couldn't even put my hands out to break the fall. It was like I was being slowly swept towards a wall by some giant wave. My glasses fell from my face, and I distinctively remember watching them roll around. Mitsuki's panicked screams brought me back to reality. Suddenly, I remembered what was happening. She and I had pursued Emi Urabe from the pool back into the school building, and found her quickly enough. Unfortunately, she was already dead. Her head had been smashed open on the ground like a roasted chestnut. Who could have done such a thing, we thought? And like it or not, it seemed I'd now learned the answer. Mitsuki was inconsolable, understandably. But after some doing, I'd finally managed to drag her away from Irabe's remains. Oh. We just begun walking back toward the school entranceway when, well, I got struck from behind and found myself careening toward the floor. I think I get what's happening here. I was losing focus, but could still make out the pool of blood spilling from my head, accompanied by a sound reminiscent of a leaky faucet. And unfortunately, I could also make out the vague form of a man standing over me, raising whatever he'd hit me with into the air for another strike. I instinctively shielded my head with my right arm, and felt every nerve ending and every muscle in it twist unnaturally as the blunt object came down. I'm so confused. Whose perspective is this? Mitsuki's tomboyish face looked uncharacteristically wrinkled and puffy, with tears streaming down both cheeks. Or maybe it was just my blurry vision. 0%. Mitsuki's sobbing screams and frantic footsteps began receding into the distance. This made me feel a little better. At least she'd be safe, I thought. What? Am I in Fukuroi's perspective? Fukuroi. It took only moments for my vision to go completely dark. But then I had taken a hammer to the head. Still considering what I'd just been through, I'd expected to be unconscious by now, but I wasn't. I could feel every part of my body clearly. I kinda wished I couldn't, considering, but I was pretty sure I could still move. At least for the moment, so I decided to do my part. With my uncrushed left arm, I reached out blindly, felt my attacker's leg as he began turning to pursue Mitsuki, and grabbed on tight. Mitsuki was important to me. Was I still alive? Couldn't even count the number of broken bones I'd suffered, and I could still feel every one of them. My head, my arms, my ribs, every part of me was throbbing with agony. No one part of my body hurt more than another. Every injury was unbearable. I must say, I'm impressed to still be alive in your condition. Oh, I'm impressed to still be alive in your condition. Someone was next to me, down on one knee, head right at my ear, and the sound of it, I think I know who this is. A young man, probably around my age. Can you hear me? What happened? I couldn't see a thing at this point. Not even vague shapes, but the voice addressing me sounded somehow familiar. I felt this was someone I could trust.
みんなを。
The others?
見つけよう。
山本を。ああ、頼まれた。ちゃんと面
Alright.
倒見てやるよ。
I can do that. I'll be certain to look out for her. Even without seeing his face, I could tell he was sneering when he said this. Then, in the next instant, I felt something hot bore into my abdomen. Look, I know Kizame's, like, you know, a shitter, but honestly, in his state, this is probably merciful for him.
お前はもう楽になれ。
It's time for you to rest in peace.
もっとも、ここじゃ死んで
Though
も
they say
息が
even when you
消えないら
die,
しいけどな。
your pain never goes away here.
どうでもいいだろ。
Why does it
お前
matter?
はもう死ぬ。
You're gonna die anyway. Which way? Hold on. Another save. Covered walkway to second floor. Second floor apparently leads to 2 bad endings. I'm running short on time, so I'll do covered walkway. So, did Morishige kill them? Or was it... I don't know. I thought it was for a little bit, but then Kizumi came out of nowhere.
そうだ黒崎
Wait. Kurosaki.
がきっとこの校舎のどっかに
He's in here somewhere too. I have to warn him. It must be Kizumi, right? I don't know. I ran anywhere and everywhere looking for Kurosaki, screaming his name at the top of my lungs, but he simply was nowhere to be found.
黒崎どこ黒崎
The art room? Not in here either. I had no idea when that horrible expressionless man would show up again with his giant hammer. Oh, it was him, okay. Every little sound was making me cower in fear. What I needed was a weapon, something to defend myself with. Had to be something like that in here, right? And we're still going? Oversized chisel in one of the drawers.
なら武器になるかもとにかく
Just need to hide somewhere.
くそ震えるな
Carefully took the chisel into my quaking hands. Wasn't sure if I'd actually be able to fend off an attacker with it, but it was certainly better than nothing. Kurosaki really isn't around. Where the hell could he have gone? I'm so sorry. So sorry I ran without you. I was just so scared. And I panicked. He protected me up to the bitter end. Such a coward. Only I were a boy. A big, strong boy like Kurosaki or Kizami. You don't want to be him. Overflowing with courage and strength. Then maybe I could have saved him. Somebody's coming? Who? Who is it? If it's that man again,
Yamamoto.
Run away now. You don't understand. Oh no. I've been looking all over for you. Tall and handsome, but always just a little on edge. He never changed one bit. Are you sure? Well, no, he was always kind of like that, wasn't he? A psychopath. This was Kizami, Yuya Kizami. Have I been calling him Yuka? One of my classmates. Fuse Yuka and Yuya.
Yamamoto.
It's alright. Everything is going to be alright.
事情は大体わかってる。
I understand the situation more or less. They were both killed by that creepy looking man. It was horrible. Yeah, I know. I saw them too.
俺も見た。この彫刻刀は
What's that chisel you have there? Were you planning to fight him with it? I didn't think I would be able to do much, but I didn't want to be killed without a fight, you know?
バカだな、山本。
How silly.
こんなもの必要
You don't need any such thing. Izumi cupped my right hand between both of his, as if consoling me, and gently removed the chisel from my grip. He was so gentlemanly about it, his touch soft and caring.
俺が今お前の恐怖を
I'm an ally in all your fears myself, forevermore. Nice reflexes. Now don't move. Do I look like I'm kidding? Well, I guess I wouldn't really look much different either way. Really. Not about you dying. What was going on? Why was he doing this? Regarding our dead friends, there is one fatal misconception you seem to have made. Bukuroi didn't die from the hammer wounds inflicted upon him. Rather, he was stabbed to death. Kind of like this. You intend to run then? You know I'll catch you. Such a waste of effort. Why would he do something like this? I want to mess around with everyone again. Hold study groups to gossip, to smile and laugh. We were supposed to be friends forever. So why has it come to this? I don't get it. I just don't understand. Same ending? Okay, so that's why she's freaking out, because she thinks that everybody, you know, is crazy. But here's the thing, Morishige actually is crazy. Just not in a homicidal way.
錯乱してるみたいだな。触るな。誤解だ。おかしいって思ったんだ。私は騙されない。もう引っかからない。生きている人間はうるさくてかなわないな。山本。
So far the ending's exactly the same.
もう言ってしまったのかい。
Oh, wait. I ran as fast as I could. As far as I could. It was obvious to me that now that even Morishige was out of his mind. There was no one left I could trust. Upstairs. I'll run upstairs.
Yo, Yamamoto.
Well, now it's Yamamoto. Not even a moment's hesitation, my classmate Kizami suddenly swung a giant chisel in my direction, narrowly missing me. Are you okay? You're free to attempt an escape, but don't push too hard. You wouldn't want to overexert yourself after all. Oh, the cursor lagged for a second there. Is this a more suitable location? Are you okay? Stop what exactly? Stop being so cruel. I haven't done anything to you. That's true. And I certainly couldn't take it back if I were to do something like, say, this. Sudden burning pain shot through my body, shaking my whole field of vision. The fat, dull blade of the chisel had been forcibly plunged deep into my thigh, all the way to the handle. I see. So the sensation really is different with a woman than it is with a man. There wasn't much I could do to resist. Not only had he knocked me over, but he was kneeling on the backs of my hands, holding me in place quite effectively. That's what I like to hear. Pure honesty. I do so hate it when people lie about their pain. It's time to go all the way now, with this. Yuya Kizami had a twisted grin on his face. He slowly brought his right hand into view, and in it was a proper knife, glinting in the dull light.
Yamamoto.
Yamamoto, here. This is going into your belly. I could feel Yuya Kizami reach up from under my skirt and press the cold blade of the knife against my abdomen. And then with one thrust, the knife was completely inside my body. My thoughts became jumbled. The pain was so intense it felt like my brain was on fire. It took me a moment to process the sensation of a foreign body lodged unnaturally within me. I could feel all the blood gushing out from the wound. Nice, Yamamoto. That's the spirit. Let me hear those primal screams. I never felt anything even remotely like this before in my entire life. I couldn't even describe it if I wanted to. The pain receptors in my body were off the charts. I couldn't comprehend the things I was feeling. But despite my confusion and agony, I knew one thing for certain. If I couldn't stop this from happening right now, I was going to die. You're dead anyway. Every part of me was in agreement on that. My nerve endings were screaming. My brain could focus on little else. I might as well have been on fire. It couldn't hurt any more than what I was experiencing. No, it was too late for me. I could tell that the wounds inflicted were irreversible, irreparable. I had to accept it. I was going to die. I began vomiting blood, and was beginning to lodge itself in my respiratory tract. Breathing was becoming harder and harder with each passing moment. My abdomen had been completely minced at this point, and the pain was so intense that I wished I could just leave my body altogether. My arms and legs were cold and numb, and my sense of reality was beginning to waver. My last breath couldn't be far behind. And yet, Yuya Kizami was still smiling. I gotta change positions. It was a distant, relaxed smile. As of someone looking up at the stars or smelling a rose. It was the smile of a psychopath. The smile of a person about to end my life. For no particular reason. You've gotten awfully quiet. I'd love it if you howl for me again. Couldn't believe those words were coming out of my mouth. I could barely speak through all the blood I was spewing. But I was standing my ground.
Huh?
For just a moment, Yuya Kizami's psychotic grin quickly turned into a bitter, scornful frown. But then as quickly as it had vanished, the smile returned.
なんだそりゃ。抵抗のつもりか我慢なんてするなよ。おい。どうした？声が小さいぞ。ほら、叫べよ。いてんだろ。会話しようぜ、会話。なんか言うことあるんだろ。泣きたいだろ。命乞いしたいだろ。
I was concentrating so hard on biting my lip and holding my mouth closed that I swear I'd forgotten how to breathe. think I even broke my molars from the sheer force of my determination not to yield to Yuya Kizami's twisted desires, and I didn't even care. I'd have no use for my teeth ever again anyway. Wouldn't be eating anything where I was going. Wouldn't scream for him to stop. I wouldn't call for help, and I wouldn't beg for my life. My life was already over. All I had left was the knowledge that I'd go out quietly, without giving this sick freak any measure of satisfaction.
俺の方を向けよ。無視するなよ。話せよ。言葉を。
He was beyond redemption. There was absolutely nothing I could say or do to help him. I could either waste away silently or feed his psychosis. I could never make him understand how I felt at that moment. I could never convey to him just what he'd done to me. Death was my best and only option.
Yamamoto-san. 君も死んだのか。
This was definitely the body of Mitsuki Yamamoto. How much longer does this go on? Her stomach and abdomen had been stabbed dozens upon dozens of times and were practically liquefied. It looked a bit like gazpacho. Her body was still warm to the touch too, meaning her death must have only just occurred.
不思議なもんだな。
How strange it feels to see a person dead after just speaking with her mere minutes ago. But Yamamoto,
山本さん、綺麗だ。
you're beautiful. God,
でも綺麗だ。
this is the crazy chapter.
さっきまでとは運命の
You're
差が
exquisite. The transformation is night and day.
君は今
Here you
完全に
lie,
自分の
fully
姿を
exposed and
再現した
unrestrained, but utterly helpless.
いいよね。
You don't mind, do you?
君を
If I take it with me, that
連れ
is.
て行くよ。
I withdrew my phone and flipped it open and switched over to camera mode, where I immediately set about framing her remains at just the right angle. Just the right angle. I didn't mind if it was just her image on that tiny screen. To me, it was as good as having the real thing in my pocket. The appeal was identical. It was as if I could freeze time on this moment and preserve her just the way she was.
やっぱりだ。俺自身の目で
It's exactly as I thought.
匂いを
I
嗅い
can
で
see you, feel
こう
you,
して生の君を知ったから。
smell your wretched odor. All because I knew you.
生きていた時の君を見て声を聞き感情に
Because I saw you. And heard your voice and was moved by your plight when you, were alive.
見てくれよ。
He just squeed.
こんなに綺麗に通れた。もう君は俺だけのものだ。たまらない。君はひどいやつだな。俺をこんなに興奮させて。心を
This
かき乱して
chapter It's so messed up.
どこか落ち着ける場所へ行こ
Should find some place to collect myself.
う。そういえば、今日は
This is the same ending as before, isn't it?
理髪師の録画を頼まれていた。時間までに家へ帰らないと。
And here he was again.
後で、まゆに謝らないとな。
Let's just appreciate the music for a minute.
ずいぶん集まったな。死体の写真。これだ。しかし、やっぱり残念だな。でもまあ、帰ってからで。
There's really no good way to skip text. You just have to mash through it. This chapter is awful. That was like 6.5 hours long. Oh my god. My hands. I'm gonna look at the testimonials and I'm gonna go to sleep. I am exhausted. I clicked on the options. God, Morishige, what is wrong with you? Everything. Wait, did we just unlock Yuka's? I think so. Wait, no, who is that? Not her. Oh, it's my. Oh, her name's you. Voice actor name, not the character name. Okay, we're gonna start with you.
クリアおめでとう。
Even his voice actor's crazy.
作太郎役の柿原哲也です。お疲れ様でございました。そう、クリアね。とりあえず、皆さん、したということなので、本当に、この怖い怖いシナリオをよくぞ一人で、暗い部屋でヘッドフォンを、しながらクリアしたなと、耐えられたなと思います。怖くて、シナリオを読みながらも、これ多分プレイされてる方々は、一人やると怖いんだろうなと思いながらも、なおかつですね、お芝居でできればもっとその怖さを、表現できればなと思って、全力で今回作太郎、再び演じることをすごい喜びとしながら、演じさせていただきました。コープスパーティー、本当に自分自身も大変ファンなので、ぜひですね、この作品、次へ
I can agree with
つなが
that.
るようにですね、皆さん
Dead Patient's
何か
coming
の
out
中
to
で
the
これをプレイし
US.
て次回作なんかね、できればね、絵が動いちゃったりなんかしたりとかね、そういうのをぜひ目標にして我々も頑張っていきたいなと思いますので、今後ともコープスパーティーを、よろしくお願いしたいなと思います。それでは皆さん、また会う日までお疲れ様でした。
Okay. He got a huge role in this game. Man, my throat is on fire right now. God. Let's do you next. I already did her, I think, and her, I don't know.
コープスパーティーブックオブシャドウズをプレイしてくださった皆さん、どうもあり
I'm
が
gonna
と
take a
うご
look
ざ
at
います。
Lawson or something
鈴
now.
本真由役の南里優香です。皆さんプレイしてみていかがでしたか？まゆとしても南里優香としても久しぶりに本当に背中がゾクゾクする感じを私も味わいました。皆さんもぜひ何度もプレイして楽しんでくださいね。
Oh, hers was short. We'll save her for last. Yeah, I feel like she might have the most to say.
はい、皆さんどうも、黒崎健介役の与永翼です。ねえ、こうやって再度登場させていただけるとは思わなかったのでめっちゃ嬉しいです。何よりも生きてます。生きてる黒崎くんは、噛んじゃった、黒崎くんはいいですね。
Alive
やっぱり
for
なんかね、
like a little while.
こう明るくなりますね。こうね、コープスパーティーの中でこうちょっと太陽のような存在になれたらいいな。また出たいよ。また黒崎を出してください。お願いします。ということで、皆さん最後まで楽しんでください。黒崎健介役の与永翼でした。
クリアおめでとうございます。袋井正人役菊本平です。コープスパーティー怖いですよね。 台本読んだ段階で相当怖かったんですけども、先ほど最終チェックを喫茶店でやってまして、店員さんから変な目でじーっと見られてました。まあだいぶ顔に出てたみたいなんで、その喫茶店にはもうしばらくはいけないかなと思ってます。そんな思いを込めた本作ですが、また怖い思いをしたくなったら2度3度と楽しんでもらえたらなと思ってます。ありがとうございました。
Last one.
皆さんこんにちは。こんばんは。おはようございます。山本美月役の戸松遥です。珍しくホラーゲームに挑戦させていただきました。怖いです、すごく。演じていて自分もなんかこう本当にゾクゾクしてしまう、ガタガタ来てしまう、自分は巻き込まれたくないなとこう思いつつ、そしてこう描写がすごくリアルだったので、私自身すごくハラハラしながら、演じさせていただきましたけれども、個人的にホラーゲームは大好きなので、一ファンとして、楽しくプレイできたらなと思っております。そして、今回ですね、私人生初めてダミーヘッドマイクを使ってですね、声を当てさせていただきまして、すごく、アフレコ楽しかったです。そんな怖いリアルなダミーヘッドマイクを使った様子をですね、皆様ぜひ楽しんでいただければなと思います。
She's talking about like
どうもあり
the
がとうございました。
stereo
戸松遥
recording,
でした。
2 microphones as the ears. That's that's neat. Mako. Those are all the testimonials. Testimonies. Let's take a look at the gallery before I go. God, this game is long. So that was the last chapter. And this is this one. There's, her. Nana. Oh, wait, this is the, okay, this is the beginning of this chapter. Delete. So there's Mayu, I think. Let me look at Mayu again. I actually don't remember what she was wearing. She looks like she's just wearing the regular uniform. No, hold on. That could be the same. I think it is! Same skirt. Yeah, that's Mayu. This is messed up. That's my favorite scene from the entire thing, probably. And that's the YouTube thumbnail, almost certainly. In fact... Okay, that's enough for me tonight. I've had enough. I'm exhausted. My throat hurts. I am not streaming this tomorrow. I'll stream something else. I don't care what it is. I need less reading. Thank you. Oh, that was loud. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go die now. After I put wood on the fire that keeps my heart burnt. I have a furnace that heats the house. I'm gonna go load it. Thank you. I'm gonna music. Am I really gonna do more Undertale music? I don't know. I've played fucking some. Good night.